Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and the days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne. Sing it. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for the sake of old lang syne.
Happy almost New Year's Eve, everybody. Or happy almost New Year's. Yeah, you can tell it's already been a good-ass night here in Somnolescent HQ. Hello! Wow, 8 viewers waiting already. That's crazy. Folks are ready for tonight's stream, and I am too, because as the Somnolians know, I have been preparing like a motherfucker for tonight's stream. For the past, maybe the past 10 days now, honestly. Can you believe it, guys? Only 40 beers away from 2025. I would die. Alright, and I'm not aiming for a repeat of last week's stream. No worries. So yeah, happy almost New Year's Eve. Or sorry, almost New... I keep doing that. Almost New Year's. It is New Year's Eve currently. In Europe, in 45 minutes... Sorry, 35 minutes. It will be New Year's for Kebby and Triss. Happy belated birthdays, by the way, to Kebby and Triss, who both are children of December. We will talk about that in a moment. We have Logan in the chat. Hello, Logan. Even at work, I must join for at least a little. Coin, hello. Finishing the Guitar Hero 2 Deluxe career myself. You'll want to stick around. I have something for you. 11 viewers. Wow, everybody is ready to go. And I was expecting it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, like I've been saying this entire month, we've been doing the Christmas Cornucopia stuff where I am just going ham and you know, just whatever I want to play, you know, Vib Ribbon, fucking Flash games, Minecraft, just all sorts of stuff that, you know, is fun. And then I'm like, well, given that I'm going to be putting the stream stuff down a little bit in terms of priority, I'll talk about that in a little bit, I figured I'd go out with a bang, right? We gotta really, like, have a great end of 2024, because when this was still 2023, I had said I want to stream every single week. So, as a result, I started doing that, and I managed it with the exception of the 2 months that I was working at Giant and wasn't able to get reliable days off. If I was, believe me, we would have been streaming throughout those as well. So I took 2 months off, but other than that, 10 months of regular streams. We beat 4 different games, we played a ton of others. It's been a great ass time for my fucking streams. But even though I've started getting people poking in on them a little more, I don't know, I really do want my days off to myself a little bit more. I'm working full time at this point, and I'd really just like to chill it out a little bit. So, but I figured, because again, we've been doing these weekly streams, and this is probably going to be the last weekly one for a couple of weeks, I figured we'd go out with a bang, and that means MARFGH, which is, of course... Well, I'll talk about that in a moment. Let me bring a special guest in on board, actually. I have somebody with me who I'd like to bring in. I know that she's not going to have a whole lot to add to this introduction, but I wanted to bring her in because I don't need a reason to bring my girlfriend on stream, do I? Hello, say hi, Kebby.
Hi.
Hello.
I am here.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, let me raise you up because I turned you down because of Slade. How's your New Year's going, man?
Going good, going good.
How's 25 feeling?
Scary,
It's all right.
but also exactly the same as the last 10 years.
It's true.
so.
Listen, I've been 25 for 6 months now. I promise you it gets easier. So, yeah. So I figured since we played Vib last week, we would actually play MARFGH, which, by the way, we have 11 fucking viewers. That's crazy. We'll probably get more people poking in. I figured we'd play a little bit of all of the stuff that I've been doing with Guitar Hero, given that most of the people who have subscribed to my YouTube channel subscribe for the Guitar Hero stuff. So I don't think I've ever, maybe I did a couple years ago, explained what MARFGH actually is. And I mean, I know it seems obvious, oh, it's Marf's GH, but it's a little bit more than that. And let me turn off the light really quick, and then I'll explain. Sorry, I gotta get the mood right. Anyway.
Dramatic lighting.
Yes, the mood lighting. I mean, I do have a shit ton of mood lighting. I have fucking 2 lava lamps and Christmas lights going on. Seriously, my room is cool as shit, guys. Anyway. So, when I was a bab, I was a little boy, little Evie. I was like 7 or 8 years old. And of course, this newfangled Guitar Hero thing comes out, blows the world up. I wanted to play the custom songs that everybody was coming up with. There were videos all the time. I watched videos of fucking Red Hot Chili Pepper songs, and funnily enough, DCB was like, oh, Albuquerque and Guitar Hero 2. I've seen a chart of that. It probably is still up on YouTube. So I would see all of these videos of like people uploading their custom songs, and at the time, the soft modding thing for the PlayStation 2 was very, very much in its infancy. I don't even know if Free McBoot was a thing at this point. So if you wanted to play custom songs, you had one of 2 options. You had to either invest in a swap magic, or you would use a mod chip. So somebody would whole ass solder a chip to your PlayStation 2 motherboard, and it would bypass probably the region check and also the burst access cutting area, which determines if it's not just a regular burnt disc, and lets you play the burnt games. But I didn't have either of those because I was 8 years old and stupid. So I just kind of sat as everybody else played all these cool-ass custom songs, and I'm like, well, fuck, you know? So it stuck with me ever since. And when I started really working on Guitar Hero 2 modding in like 2018, 2019, you know, when I joined Milo Hacks, when Scott extended out the invitation, he was like, hey, do you want to join my Discord server, which was Milo Hacks, my thing was like, I want these to feel like legit. I want a delicious Free McBoot. See, he gets it. I wanted these to feel like real Guitar Hero songs. I didn't want like, oh, it's some MP3 and the characters are just fucking standing there and all that shit. So, you know, I started really like, how do I make these feel official? And then I started figuring it out, got into the weeds of the audio mixing kind of thing and all that. And then, of course, in 2021, all of this shit exploded with the Project Deluge and the debug builds of Guitar Hero 2, 1, 80s, and, of course, Guitar Hero 2 Deluxe. And in the rush to do, for, you know, 1.0 coming out and everybody be like, oh, holy shit, you know, Deluxe 1.0, I was like, you know, maybe this is the time to, like, actually get some of these charts that I've been doing out to people. Originally, I wanted to do like a proper full like custom set list like in the olden days, but I figured, you know, maybe I'll just do track packs instead, like the whole Rock Band track pack thing. So MARFGH, the volume sets, was born, and I got volume 0 out, and obviously since then I haven't done a whole lot with it, but that doesn't mean that I haven't done a whole lot with it. It just means I haven't actually got a whole lot of it out there. Tonight is your night where you will see me with my real PS2 and my real guitar. We are going to play some MARFGH tunes and hopefully have a great ass time doing it. So I'm not going to waste any more time explaining it. We are going to transition. So like I said, we got the PS2 going. I'm going to switch this over to HDMI 2, and I'm going to need a way to monitor chat, even though partially the reason I have Cabby on board is because obviously when I'm playing the game, it's going to be very, very hard for me to read chat. So I figure she can keep an eye on it, and we can just talk, bullshit, have a great time. I mean, I really appreciate that you guys have taken time out of your New Year's Eve to show up and watch my fucking stupid stream, you know? Very much appreciate that. Hello, Nitsu from Argentina. Happy New Year, and thanks for your job in Guitar Hero 2 Deluxe is awesome. Very much appreciate it. It's been a long time since I've done anything, obviously, DX related. You know, that came out ages ago now, but the stuff that we were doing for 1.0 and especially 2.0, I'm still very, very proud of, and it's been great working with it again. I mean, even today, but like I said, it's been a fucking rush to get a whole bunch of stuff polished and ready to go for Guitar Hero, for MARFGH. Tonight, you know, I've been doing stuff with scripting. I was writing whole ass fucking data array code earlier. Like, I haven't done that since probably 2022. Using Mechapone, used to use ESR, but I use the master dispatch purely so I can boot it with the PS2 splash logo. So I'm using MX4 SIO, and even though I have a fat PS2, and the ideal way to do that, I actually have I think it's a 5000 series, so I wouldn't actually be able to use Mechapone on this model. The thing is that although people say like, oh, you should use the hard drive boot or whatever, unfortunately, I tried that. I tried getting like an OEM like network adapter and modding it for SATA and putting in a SATA hard drive and all that stuff, and it was just an unmitigated fucking disaster. Like, nothing worked, and I was so frustrated. So early, like a couple weeks ago, I got myself an MX4 card, and it's been phenomenal. I just put the ISOs on the micro SD card and put the MX4 card in the PS2, and it boots. And if there's any slowness, I really haven't noticed. It feels pretty legit, to be honest. Maybe that'll be different if we do any like really crazy speed ups, but even speed ups I feel like are probably gonna be fine. Anyway, so I have two versions of the chart testing disc on here, which is going to be the MARFGH quote unquote that we were looking at tonight. It's not going to be a volume set because I don't have anything ready. It's just going to be my normal chart testing disc. So we have the normal one, and then we have a debug build of it, which is just in case we feel froggy and want to do, like, I don't know, co-op, or I want to start fucking with things. All right, so I think I am finally done with my ramble. How are you holding up, Kebby? How's your night going?
Good. It's going good. It's probably like 15 minutes until my mum calls me back downstairs.
Your guitar is modded. My guitar is not modded, but my Guitar Hero is modded. My PS2 is modded.
Yeah.
So ignore this screen. This is programmer art from 2022. I really haven't had time, or I really should say I haven't really felt like doing a lot of like the custom graphic stuff. I've done a little bit like with the set list here and marfs and stuff, and then there's the thing in the title screen, which is the loading screen. But this is the testing disc. This is all of the songs that I have, not just for MARFGH. A lot of this is like either stuff I did just for the hell of it, or
Good muffs.
yeah, thank you. Or just like for the, what was it, the custom set list, was it? The expansion set list. That's what we were calling it. Hello, Federico. How are you doing tonight? I also use Mechapone to boot up my PS1 backups. Yeah, I have Tony hacks to do that, and I'm using a save of, I think, Crash 2, or maybe Crash 3 Warped, I don't remember. But yeah, expansion set list was what we were calling it, where they wanted me to like port songs to Guitar Hero 2 to show off the strum limit being patched out and all that shit. No copyright friendly. I don't know. I'm not making money off these videos anyway, or these streams. So yeah, we have a random song function, which I'll talk about in a moment. We have all of the songs that I've just done from scratch. This, I think, is as old as 2018. Some ports from Amplitude and Frequency. Recharts from various full band games or Guitar Hero 3 and the like. Children of December, yes. Like I said, you're going to want to stick around because I did get this one ported just for you, my friend, and also for Kebby and Triss, who are Children of December. This is not Shout at the Devil. We'll talk about that one also. But yeah, and this is just ports and stuff. I don't use Onyx to port, I port things manually. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of songs already on here. But I'm just going to play random songs and see what happens. Jukebox menu. Yeah. So this is probably a good place to start. So Jukebox mode, right? So if you're up on your Guitar Hero 2 Rock Band lore, you know about a little feature that was cut from Rock Band 2 called Jukebox mode. And Jukebox mode, we don't know a lot about, but the idea was obviously you're supposed to be able to listen to the songs without having to play them. They think it was cut, if I remember correctly, they think it was cut because they didn't have the license to play the songs without the sound effects. But, of course, thinking of stuff I could have in MARFGH, I'm like, Jukebox mode is there, so I know exactly the song I want to demonstrate this with, because it just goes to show you all of the fucking crazy work that I've done Here's that awesome. This is honestly, I'm really still happy with this loading screen. I realize actually, I'm going to. I should not have done this just yet. I realize that the aspect ratio and stuff is wrong, so let me go ahead and switch that really quick, and also turn it to progressive because we are using component cables, which means I can use progressive scan. So widescreen. So there we go. The aspect ratio is correct now. Progressive scan. And jukebox mode. Anyway, so I know exactly what song I want to use to demonstrate jukebox mode because I'm really, really proud of how the background and stuff came out with this song. This is Don't Look Back in Anger, which was a Rock Band 1 Wii song? Was it Wii? It was either Rock Band 1 Wii or Rock Band European exclusive. I don't remember. But jukebox mode mutes the crowd and also obviously gets rid of all the heads-up display stuff. And obviously also auto-plays the song, so that way all you hear is the song and all you see is all my custom camera cuts and, stuff. So I'm going to let that play because I've been talking a whole lot and I want to get a drink real quick.
You've been drinking?
I've been drinking a whole lot. Not yet. I just had 1 glass of Bailey's. This is the true GH2 DX 3.0. Yes. Oh, Savannah, just you wait.
I'm the only person who can't hear the music.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jibby. That's okay. It's only Oasis.
This is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
She's not a fan of Oasis. Although it is Don't Look Back in Anger, which is the one Oasis song that she said is probably the best of them. That's maybe not saying much, but I like this song a lot.
Yeah. I don't think Oasis is bad.
I just think that they
were just very overplayed.
Yeah, I understand that a lot. Actually, there was a Semisonic song that I was hearing earlier, like last night when I was working on stuff, and it was like, oh, this is just Wonderwall. Anyway, here you go, Savannah. Here's your lighters.
Beautiful.
I just want to let it to the solo, because the solo is where I really did crazy with the camera cuts. Live Forever is a childhood classic. I played a lot of the track pack, the first Rock Band track pack when I was a kid. So, yeah, I do like Live Forever quite a bit. Man, the venues in Guitar Hero 2 are just fucking iconic. This game had such a great art style, dude. Like, this still looks baller as fuck, even 20 years later.
Oh yeah, dude.
Alright, here's the solo. If we're getting to the solo.
life hacks. If Discord cuts off your messages, I can just unmute the stream and listen to it on there instead.
There you go.
It thinks the guitar is a voice. Or it thinks your voice is the guitar and it keeps muting it.
Oh. I've tried turning it down enough to where, like, only I can barely hear it. Oh! You're not meant to cut through her body like that, but such is life when you're hacking custom camera functions into the game. I love this part. This part is my favorite.
Too much of an ass shot there.
Ass shot. More like a pelvis shot.
Ass is shot.
Ass
Talk about
is
fun
shot.
things.
There we go. Red Octane. Yeah, dude, the Red Octane Club is my fucking favorite. So yeah, what you were seeing there was obviously a port of Don't Look Back in Anger, but also like the custom camera cuts and all the venue animation stuff that I've been doing. I don't know what song to start with, so we're just gonna do random song and just skip through whatever isn't a port that I did for the expansion set list. Expansion set list. Bad Attraction. Not right now. I don't know. Maybe I'll do... Oh, Aspartame. This is one that I did like 2 weeks ago. We're absolutely doing that. Yeah. So that's I think the Win Encore camera, which I always like to like go into solos with or whatever. I should mention, by the way, that I am playing with horrific fucking lag. So if there is if you can hear my guitar and I'm like a half a second off the beat, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I have tried calibrating the lag, and frankly, it makes me play worse. If it's more on the beat, because I am so used to how this... Listen, just really quick. Oh, actually. Sorry, hold on. Let me set my hyperspeed settings. This TV, the TV that I'm playing on right now, is actually the TV that I picked Guitar Hero... Whoops. No, I would like to do Aspartame, please. This is the TV that I was playing on when I picked Guitar Hero 2 backup when I was like 14. So I am very used to how this TV handles, you know? I will notice it, haha. Yeah, sorry, I've now pointed it out to everybody, so you will now hear how, a MARFGH song, yes. Hello, Jimmy. Yes. I love the shit out of Superdrag. Shout out to Kevy, by the way, for accidentally showing me Superdrag. But as soon as I learned that there was a Superdrag song in MARFGH, I was like, fuck yeah, we gotta port that one. Anyway, so I'm very used to how this TV handles as far as like the lag goes. So every time I try to fuck with it, it's different. You know, it just feels wrong. Anyway. Oh, yeah. So I don't know what the MARFGH chart looks like, so I just redid it. I think I even redid the tempo map for it, because I didn't have the MARFGH chart on hand.
You want me to start reading messages?
Yes, please.
Coin says, if you ever do another MARFGH song, New Orleans is sinking. I tragically hit is a song I always wanted in a Guitar Hero, because it would be so much fun.
That's a banger idea. I'm not familiar with any Tragically Hip, but I have heard their name. And I do know that they are like a Canadian icon, so that's not a bad idea at all. And I do have other MARFGH songs on the slate. I know I wanted to do Shivery by Channels, which, although that name doesn't mean a whole lot, that was, I think, the next band of the lead singer in Jukebox, who are one of the post-hardcore bands of the 90s. So that's what he's better known by. But he had a song in MARFGH, and I think that song is catchy as shit. So believe me, I'm gonna do that one. Whoops.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Kevy, you read chat so I don't keep peeking away.
Savannah says, man, Guitar Hero is hard.
Oh yeah, I'm sure even this looks ridiculous to somebody who's like used to playing. By the way, as I get progressively more intoxicated throughout the evening, I will probably switch to like easy, or not easy, but like medium or hard. So no worries, you guys will be getting to see that I do like full difficulties for all these charts as well. Because I don't want to leave my friends out. You know, my friends are not, you know, Guitar Hero rhythm game enthusiasts, you know? and I don't want them to feel left out of all the fun. So, yeah. All right, keep reading chat. Go ahead.
Yumi Homeless says, I would play this one a lot in story mode. The Sick Puppy song is great too on the Power Gig setlist.
Power Gig, you know what? Power Gig and Rock Revolution have underrated setlists. They really do. I know that they're fucking cheap clone games, but like for customs authors, I think that there's a lot of potential for people to steal songs from them. You know? All right, continue.
Yeah. Coin says Canadian icons, niche indie band, whoever else. Honestly, New Orleans is sinking. Would probably make that Guitar Hero 80s revised set list I was yapping about.
I was talking about this with him. I did want to do a Guitar Hero 80s set list that was a little bit less. Because I think the 80s set list isn't bad, but it is very I don't know. It's Harmonix's contractual obligation game is what it is. So their setlist is a little phoned in, and I don't think is particularly representative of like the 80s alternative and college rock scenes aren't particularly represented. It's basically all hair metal. So yeah, there's a lot of I had a whole setlist earmarked for an 80s game, but that's a lot of ports, and I just didn't get to it. So best charter, we love our marf. Is it possible to put tap notes in GH2? No, unfortunately, that would require a decomp.
You're stealing my job.
Sorry, I finished the song, which means I can read chat for a little bit. But yeah, so as far as why...
I gotta dip downstairs for...
Oh, that's alright. If you gotta pop out, man, no worries.
It's 10 to midnight.
That's alright. Yeah, no, pop out, celebrate the new year with your folks, you'll be back, no worries.
Yeah, I'll be back soon.
No worries. Take your time. Love you. Yeah, New Year's in Wales. They're 5 hours ahead, you know.
New Year's time.
New Year's time.
I will tell you what 2025 is like.
Thank you. Very much appreciate it. So yeah, a little bit of random rambling while she's gone. So this random song function, you would not be surprised how. Here's the thing about programming, right? Programming is a funny thing because programming, the actual thing that you're trying to do with programming is not hard. It's all of the edge cases around it that make it annoying. So actually picking a random song from the setlist is not hard. What is hard is that, and I spent like a good hour chasing this around. What would happen is I would hit random song and say, here we are, so Symphony of Destruction. It would literally scroll down the setlist until it hit Symphony of Destruction. And this is where it would start me. At Symphony of Destruction. Which sucks, obviously, if I'm trying to pick a random song. I want to start at random song. So I had to, first off, figure out how to get the game to switch to a specific song on the set list, which is... I think I had to do the song's index, it was called. So set song index to 0. So that's one thing. But then I also had to figure out where to set it so that way the game would recognize that. So at first I tried it on the quick play cell song screen. That didn't work. And then I tried it on the screen after, which did work, but unfortunately that literally set it to the random song, which is defined in the game as probably using the tutorial song audio, given the ticking. And then eventually I set it to the panel, the actual setlist scroll panel, and in that enter block is where I set it to finally make it work. So now I can do random song and, put out, and it will always go to random song regardless of what song it picks. And then if I do the same for an actual setlist song, it'll go back to the proper. So now it all works properly, but fortunately that wasn't the case for a long time. That's not a bad idea. Let's play December. This is that Collective Soul song, which I remember Asai said once. This is one of the songs that he wanted on Guitar Hero 3. That's not the reason I ported it, but, Oh shit, I forgot. We could totally do the gig set list, or the gig setup screen. Let me do that really quick, actually. You can see, by the way, that I've been rewriting all of the text for the game. So speaking of that, let me show you a little bit about what we're doing as opposed to just... Because it's not just charts. It's not just charts. I also redid all of the text for the game. What's that gems extra you have text? Alright, so this is the extras menu. So this has a bunch of the cheats. So if I uncheck this, one of the things that we did for Guitar Hero 2 Deluxe is that we rearranged the colors of all of the frets on the fretboard to rainbow. Because if you look at early screenshots of Guitar Hero 1, they're rainbow frets. So they go Roy G. Biv, red, yellow, orange, green, blue. So if I uncheck that, obviously it would be rainbow frets. But I always prefer to have it as the original Grybo, as we call it. So green, red, yellow, blue, orange. So I have that checked. I can uncheck it for the next song just for the hell of it. Yeah. So anyway, I rewrote all of the guitar text in the game. There's no way I'm going to be able to show this all off on a stream. But literally all of the finishes, totally new text, all of the guitars. This was a really fun, probably wasn't one night, it was probably 2 nights, a couple of nights, where I was doing a lot of guitar research. So, like, looking up all of these guitars and learning, like, little cool factoids about them, right? Of, like, for example, the Modern. So, this guitar is known, as far as we know, this guitar doesn't exist. But, infamously, as I say here, Billy Gibbons of ZZ Top says he owns one, but won't show anybody yet. Which I thought was funny as fuck. That's such a Billy Gibbons thing to do. But you have, really, the guitar... straight up a new Guitar Hero game. Super dedicated. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank you, Billy Gibbons, for not showing anybody your fucking 50s Modern that you say you have. But yeah, so... and we added a bunch of skins, by the way. One of the things that we figured out when we were working on 2 Deluxe, was that we can actually add skins to the game and guitars to the game, believe it or not, if we had the model for it. But we can add new guitars. We don't have to replace any. We can just add them by changing it in the script. So my guitar goes to another school. My uncle works at Nintendo. That's literally what they do. Dude, fucking guitarists are crazy. Guitarists are fucking nuts. But anyway. So yeah. So, like, for example, that's a Guitar Hero 1 finish. That's a Guitar Hero 1 finish. That's a completely custom finish that we put, because, Asai is known for his floral print Les Paul. I work at Nintendo. I'm glad I don't work at Nintendo. Guitar Hero 1 finish. I think that's the only Guitar Hero 1 exclusive one that we ported over. Believe it or not, a lot of the 1 finishes were in the files for Guitar Hero 2, just unused. We just had to write the script to get them in there, which was great. This Jackson Buckethead custom, that one was one that we added. Hellsand 631 was the one who made that one, so we had to credit him. I don't even know if he knows that Deluxe exists, but thank you, because this guitar looks cool as shit. I know that, the green one? The lightning green. This is another Guitar Hero 1 that was in the files. The mapping for it is kind of fucked up, but, like, on the back, you can see that the texture mapping for it is a little fucked up, but to be honest, I don't give a shit. I don't really care. That's fine. I was so happy when we ported this one over. This is the Skunk Baxter Copper Firebird. This is easily my favorite guitar in any Guitar Hero game. I mean, that's just fucking hot. Like, that guitar is fucking, like, awesome. And it's unfortunately very, very expensive in real life also. The Coronet is one that I'm really fond of because it kind of sort of looks like a Strat. So anytime the guitarists aren't using a Gibson guitar... Hello, Moo. There's a couple unused textures. The Lipstick Explorer. I didn't see that one in the files. Maybe I'll have to dig into that. Because that one is not one that we had for our Explorer. As you can see... In fact, I don't think we added any for the Explorer. I think these are all Guitar Hero 2 finishes. So we got those. The Vanguard. Absolute classic. The Modern. That Night Dragon finish. It's fucking hot. This is another Guitar Hero 1 special. The Corvus. I think that one had a Guitar Hero 1 special. I want to say it's the Snakeskin. I think that's the one from 1. The ES335. Classic. You gotta have the ES335. I want to say that's one of Connor's favorite guitars as well. The Double Neck. I mean, we're gonna be playing with the Double Neck tonight. We fucking gotta. Melody Maker, which, as I allude to here, is Joan Jett's guitar. There's the Sonics and the Marauder, which are interesting. They're both like cheapy 70s Gibson guitars that they just happen to include, which were actually used as placeholders in the Guitar Hero 2 retail demo, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. The Sheraton, which, of course, the Sheraton is probably best known as a semi-acoustic, like a blues guitar and all that good shit. But one of my favorite guitarists is Brian O'Bear. So, of course, I had to bring him up because he was known for his use of the Sheraton. And, of course, the thing about semi-acoustics is that the way that the body is, it's a semi-acoustic. So it has the resonance inside the body. It's not a solid body, but then it also has it also has the electronics needed to make it an electric guitar, but it's also not an electroacoustic. It's a very weird kind of thing. So when you have a semi-acoustic, it reacts to feedback in a really specific way, so he was able to use it to create like all the crazy Silversun pickups like Panic Switch, and all those songs are Sheraton all over the place. And then, of course, the harmonic signature SG, which we went nuts on. So we have the red one, we have the black and white one, which is the one that I'm playing with, by the way. This is a guitar that I have like, ooh, that's so fancy, ever since I was like 7 years old, and I'm holding one and playing with it. We got the pink one, which we don't know where it came from, which is, I wrote all this text, by the way. This is text in Deluxe, but I wrote all this, so I kept it. We don't know where the pink one came from. The Target Special is another one that you see a lot when you look up stuff on, like, eBay. I could have had it. Maybe might still. I don't know. I am crazy enough. The Walnut Standard. Don't know where that one came from, but that's cool looking. Then you've got the yellow and green E3 finishes, which are just, like, green and yellow guitars. And then, of course, Scott and JNAC had to have their own custom skins in the game. I could have had one as well, but I didn't have a guitar that was, like, cool, so... or at all. So I was like, whatever, fuck it. So let's do... which song did we pick? December? What guitar do I want to do with December? Walnut, I recall coming with some Aerosmith PS2 bundles. Alright, so that's the one we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the Walnut one. Actually, no. The Target one. Yeah, Target one's great. I could have had that one, because that's white with a red pickguard. This is black with a white pickguard. So, let's do that. And then, I also rewrote all of the guitarist text. Some of this stuff is a little bit embarrassing, but you know what? Because there's like a small, like, portion of, like, the Guitar Hero community that, like, likes to do, like, fandom and, fan fiction and stuff with these fucking characters. So I am a little bit embarrassed by this, but to be honest, all this stuff is pretty much stuff that the game tells you. We're gonna do Top Hat Izzy. I think Top Hat Izzy is another favorite. GH fanfic. I don't know. I just see people who are like really weird about it, to be honest. And then as far as the venue goes, let's do the theater. And like I said, we'll be doing the rainbow frets. I know, it's like, they're just guitarists. They're just guitarists in various genres, and you're like, weirdly obsessed with them. I don't know. I don't do that. So again, that's why it was a little bit embarrassing, but I'm like, fuck it, it's fine. It's all good. Apologies if I'm a little slow reading your messages. Kebby is still downstairs. Oh man, I shouldn't try to anchor the frets. By the way, I haven't played very much with the guitar since I was like a little kid. So coming back to this, I'm surprisingly good at it. But all of the advanced techniques and the stuff they tell you to do, I'm still getting used to. My mom hates this song, which is really funny. I like it. I like Collective Soul, at least the singles. The rainbow is pretty. The rainbow is definitely pretty. Oh shit, my phone fucking dropped. Well, there goes me reading chat for a moment. This is another one of my crazy charts where I went like, how many 3-note chords can we fit in this? The answer is all of them. Wait until you see fucking Very Ape in Ikea. Alright, sorry, let me just pause it for a moment. I'm gonna lose my streak just because I want to be able to see chat. I got the beat. I'm gonna write fanfic about the garage band drummers. Do it, you won't. I love Top Hat Izzy, by the way. Him and Judy are like my 2 favorite guitarists in the whole game. I don't know why. I just think I blame. There was a guy who would do these like FC videos of like some mid-tier Guitar Hero 2 songs in like 2008, and I just remember his videos always had a Windows Movie Maker start, and then the aspect ratio was all fucked up. I want to say his name was like Zabul or something like that, and he always used Top Hat Izzy, so that got me fond of it. Sorry, I'm gonna break my streak in just a moment because I got hair in my mouth and I gotta pause. The problems with having long hair. Pandora main through and through, but the latter shat the bed on her design. For whatever reason, all of the female guitarists in like the Neversoft Guitar Hero games, they just made them so fucking horny. I don't get it. Like, I know that Casey has her boobs out, but in Guitar Hero 2, it's more of like oh, she took her shirt off because it's hot in the venue. And in 3, it's like, oh, they were really, really horny when they made this. And I remember even the harmonics people at the time were kind of iffy about it. And I say that because I remember reading the oral history of Guitar Hero, which talked to a bunch of like Red Octane, Neversoft, and harmonics people. And obviously they had the harmonics people reacting to Guitar Hero 3, and they were like, oh, they did some like less than family-friendly stuff, which is stuff that we always tried to avoid doing when we were, you know, making our characters or whatever. Because it's not like Guitar Hero is a totally family-friendly game. It's not offensive. But, like, there's always been, like, an element of, like, oh, you could show a kid this and it's not too bad. It's mostly the songs that could potentially be an issue. But then they were trying to court, I guess, more of a teenage boy audience with 3. And such is life. This chart is fun as shit, by the way. I love 3-note chords. I don't overuse them as bad as like Neversoft does, but I'm always looking for an excuse to use 3-note chords in a chart because they're just so much fun. And I think every time I use them, I have a good justification for it, so I'm not really too concerned. There's no before I forgets on this disc. Which, by the way, I do want to play through 3 again, if only to find, like, songs to steal. Last time I played Guitar Hero 3, I was fucking 8 years old, and I did not like how it looked, and I didn't like how it played. But I think I could appreciate it better now. Come on, let's end strong. Also, the vaguely satanic imagery, if you ask my mom. Yes. So I know, grew up in interesting circumstances. What would Jesus do? The issue with Casey in GH3 is that in GH2 she's the grunge girl, and then she has no identity after that. So here's the thing about Casey in GH2. She's meant to be the modern rocker. She has the same position that Xavier had in the first game. Like, if I go ahead and go to just the guitarist set list, the grunge girl, in my opinion, sorry, that's guitars, characters, Judy is meant to be, like, the grunge girl. Like, she has that alt look going on, you know? Whereas Casey, if you look at her, like, she's just meant to be, like, you listen to, like, Raw Dog by Las Vegas, she's just, like, the modern rocker, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. You know what? Sure, we'll do Casey for a song. I don't normally play with Casey, but we will do that. GH3 Saving Grace is its set list. You know what? I really, like I said, I want to give GH3 another shot. I spent a lot of time in Milo hacks, like shit-talking GH3 and stuff. I don't think that's really fair of me, especially given that I haven't played it in fucking forever. So we are going to do... What song do we want to do next? Understood by Your Dad is a lot of fun. I have 2 different people asking me about this chart, and I you know what? Let's do it. Let's play this song. This chart came out accidentally really fun, given how simple it is, and I get to show off what I've been practicing for the Somnolians for a little while now, which is... Do you want me to keep the rainbow gems, by the way? I know Savannah said they were cute. I don't know what guitar Brad uses, but I want to do stuff that's a little bit different here. Let's do the Marauder. I always like the Marauder. And for the venue, we're going to pick... Let's do Stonehenge. I was meant to see Stonehenge the last time I was in the UK. Kind of used to the out of order version. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I've been practicing. I grew up on GH3. Yeah. GH3, I get why it's nostalgic for people, and I totally don't blame that. I'm very used to not playing on Stonehenge because it doesn't run very well on my computer on emulator, but this is real ass hardware, so we're going to absolutely. Sorry, I had to get another drink. But anyway, yeah, I get why people are nostalgic about GH3. I can give it another shot. I think I should. So here's one of my customs. He says as the last song was fucking one of my customs. I'm so not used to playing with Casey. But like I said, this is such a fun chart to play. It's not hard, but just the switching frets all the time is just super satisfying. And then that fucking strummy bit in the middle is great. Shout out Brad Sucks. I recently got back into his music after ages of poo-pooing it for no reason because I was a fucking movie teenager. Ooh, that was close. But yeah, I've had literally 2 different people email me and be like, hey, can you send me this chart? Which is surprising given that it's not a very hard chart or anything. But yeah, his new stuff kind of fucking rocks. I'm excited. He said he was going to release the stems for some of his songs not too long from now, so hopefully I can get some new Brad in here. Maybe some stuff from a new Low and Hi-Fi or something. Alright, let's see how I do. Ooh! I think that's the best I've ever done on that section. And I'm slightly inebriated. Hell the fuck yes. That's not easy. That, by the way, is past the strum limit, so that needs deluxe. You cannot play that on a retail game and full combo it. Oh, hell yeah. This might be a new PB. My PB is like 211 or something. Fuck. Nope, it's definitely not now. It's alright. Oh, hell yeah. What would Brad think, having this indie rock song played at Stonehenge? Yeah, no, I've totally cooked even getting 200k. That's fine. Worth it. Fuck it, we binky. I'm just happy to do so well on the strummy part. Hey, 200k! We did it. We at least did 200k. That's not bad. Fuck it, we binky. Brad is great. Brad rocks. I always saw Casey as the grunge girl because her quick play songs in bass GH2 have heart-shaped box, then bones, stop. Yeah. It's so funny because it's whenever I'm making my customs, I always like to vary up the guitar parts and, you know, sometimes throw in synths and stuff if I can, just to make it more interesting. Or like if there's 2 guitar parts, I'll put the second guitar part during the chorus or something like that. Again, just to make it more interesting because that's what harmonics does, you know. So when I heard that there was this like crazy tremolo bit in the second verse, I'm like, we're charting that. I don't know if it's 30-second notes, but it sounds like 30-second notes, so I went with 30 seconds. But yeah, I can see that. That's fair. Like I said, Casey to me is like the modern rocker. It's very fair to say she's like the grunge girl because of all of the 90s songs that she has. But maybe it's just because in 2006, like, Heart-Shaped Box and Stop, they weren't that old, you know? I don't know. That's just me, though. Let's do... I want to save the two They Might Be Giants songs for when Kebby and Tris get back, because they like They Might Be Giants. Let's do... This is a song that I was actually working on earlier. This is a chart from 2 or 3 years ago, but I was never happy with the audio mix, and I'm still kind of not. But speaking of Nirvana, this is very ape. And this is not the World Tour chart. This is a brand new chart that I made using the 24-track master that got leaked. So we are going to go back to playing... who do I want to play with? I mean, I'm so used to just doing Judy all the time. Let's do... Because it's great. Let's do Xavier. Let's do Xavier. And what's the least Kurt Cobain guitar that we can pick? Probably the double neck, right? Well, we're going to be doing the double neck then. We're going to be doing the white double neck. And we are going to be playing in... Let's do the Warped Tour. How's your New Year's Eve been going, chat? I know I have not been... it's been taking me a little bit of time to read chat, but I'm without my co-pilot at the moment. DCB says good, good, good. Glad to hear it. It has been very, very good over here, other than the stress of getting a whole bunch of shit finished for this disc for this stream. Bunch of polishing stuff, mostly. This chart is nuts. Oh, thank you, second guitar. My fingers are getting crossed. Ooh, this is a fine-ass 3-star run if I've ever seen one. We'll redo this one on hard, I think, because the song was so short. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I watched the World Tour chart, and I'm like, oh, so... Wow, I'm surprised I got 4 stars. I was like, oh my god, you could do so much more with this. I love my fucking 1-4 and 2-5 chords. I love my 3-note chords. Like, a little bit of adventure, please. So yeah, like I said... I like to have the lower difficulties just because, you know, like I said, I know that we have our less rhythm-inclined friends. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. Some people are just not as into this game as I am, so I like to do, like, hard, medium, easy, just so everybody can feel included in the MARF customs. So we're gonna do hard really quick, and I'm gonna do a little bit better at it, just so you guys get an idea, because I've never shown off my lower difficulties publicly, I don't think. I think it's always been the expert charts. Oops. Ooh. I gotta get rid of that. Sorry, I just noticed some things I should tweak. 16th note strumming you should try to avoid on hard if you can help it. Happy New Year, Jaden. Thanks for showing up. Sorry, I'm a little bit late reading replies. I have Cabby on to read chat, but she popped out for a brief moment. Happy New Year. I was just showing off the hard chart for Very Ape, because I've never shown off my lower difficulties on stream, ever. Ooh, tell you what's a really fun fucking chart. I don't know if I mentioned Ikea yet. Ikea is fun as all fuck. We're gonna do... Let's do Pandora. By the way, if anybody has any ideas for what I could use, like, the outfit selection text for, I have no idea. I had some ideas, but it all felt like writing fanfic for these fucking guys. So I'm like, let me not. So I just reverted it to what it was stock. I might just keep it like this. Oh, dude, the RBN chart. I feel like my chart is fucking way better, honestly. Maybe that's just me being arrogant. Let's do, what is a great Jonathan Coulton guitar? Of course, the Dragon Modern, of course. And I'm going to set it back to that Gems. And we'll keep it on the Warped Tour. I live next to Ikea. I can confirm. She talks about Ikea a lot. Jonathan Coulton is great. Jonathan Coulton is very, very great. I do enjoy him. Or at least enjoy his music. Anyway, this chart is fun. This chart is hard as shit, though. My chart is great. And yeah, DCB recently bought, actually just today, bought a friend from Ikea. So, some Ikea pride in the chat. I'm already doing fantastic, I know. Kebby is doing Pigo stuff, she says. Sorry. I feel fantastic to be a fun chart. Oh, I do see the what I like about you. I do see that. I agree on that. I actually had, Ooh, I hit the forbidden chord. Let's go. I did have You Ruined Everything actually earmarked for MARFGH Volume 2. But I do see the What I Like About You. That's actually a really interesting point. I didn't remember that until you mentioned it. Sorry, focusing. You Ruined Everything is very, very cute. And I think it's fun with that finger picking thing. I think that would be fun to play. Ikea, by the way, is kind of special to me as a chart because it is the very last song that I finished before I left Milo Hacks. So I remember popping in and showing off this video of this chart that I had done for Ikea, and everything in there just felt different. And it was just, I don't know, it was unfortunate. You know, there's a lot of things on the Milo Hacks front that I wish didn't happen as they did. But I don't know. I just move on. I just move on with life. I remember seeing a preview of it. Exactly. Yeah, I had Ikea done, and like I said, the vibes in there were just different. It was just different at that point. So I skedaddled in the spectacular way that I did. But anyway, Ikea I'm still very happy about. So I felt like it was unfortunate that a chart that I thought was so much fun got overshadowed by a bunch of fucking like drama nonsense, basically. Which is, you know, can you believe it's been like almost 2 years now? Like, it's just, it doesn't mean anything anymore, you know? So I hope that it's not like the end of me and like the Guitar Hero, I guess the community at large. Like I said, I've been posting my videos and stuff, and people really haven't like given a shit. But it does stick out to me. Like, I don't know. There's things that I would certainly do differently. I'm definitely a different person than I was 2 years ago. I just don't really know where to go from there. Anyway, I know that Kevy and Triss are not back, but let's do Children of December. Just because I'm scrolling through the set list and I was reminded of it. Children of December. Oh, hello! Speaking of the Children of December.
Triss is back too.
Hello, Triss. I don't normally do Judy in our alt outfit, but I'm going to.
I'm now in the new year.
How's 2025?
Good, I drank champagne.
Delicious. Let's do Have You Died Yet?
I've not died yet, no.
That's good. Very glad to hear it. There's a bunch of stupid cheats in here, by the way. There's one to give you a horse head. There's necklace mode, which is just the notes, I believe. Or actually, no, it's just the HUD. But no notes and no neck. So kind of like performance mode. Flaming head, which obviously sets your head on fire. Roxbury mode, which is a joke kind of one, where the fretboard bounces every quarter note, so it's obnoxious to look at. Performance mode, which obviously hides everything and just shows you the HUD, or shows you the background. No fail mode. I think you know what that is. Eyeball crowd and monkey crowd. I think we should have some fun with some cheats, right? I think we should do horsehead, and the monkey crowd. I think that sounds great. I think that sounds phenomenal. I think it is monkey time. Do you think it is monkey time, chat? I think so.
Always monkey time. This is BoJack Horseman.
Hey, this is BoJack Horseman. Just you wait. There she is. There's the band. The entire band is wearing horse heads. Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, yes.
So you guys can enjoy my impeccable stage animations but everybody has a horse head.
UCB says, had to dip out for a sec during Ikea. Bummy.
Oh, that is bummy.
And Savannah says, I wish the horse mouths were animated.
That'd be really funny. Unfortunately, there's no singer mouth animation with any of my customs. Theoretically, it's possible. I know that Onyxite had like a way to generate vocal animation, like mouth animations, just from lyric events. But I don't have that in any of my charts, just because it wasn't a part of his music game toolkit. So I just never bothered. But it'd be really funny if that did animate the mouth, the horse heads. Long live the slip. I do love the shit out of this album. Seriously, if you like Even Rats, check out Eisenhower. The entire album is awesome. Yeah, if there's anything you feel like you can reply to, go for it.
Says, with Even Rats and Guitar Hero 1, it's such a shame that it didn't make Guitar Hero 2 or Airplane Primitive.
It's a shame that it didn't make Guitar Hero 2?
Yeah, it didn't make Guitar Hero 2 or Airplane Primitive.
Oh, Airplane Primitive would have been a lot of fun. That song is like a fucking epic. Trying to remember some other songs from Eisenhower that might be fun to play. I remember the Soft Machine was pretty crazy. That would have been fun. I mean, the thing about the Slip, and I was talking about this as I was, and by the way, the Somnolians will recognize this because they just recently heard my belly aching about this track. I love this song though, so don't get me wrong, it was worth it. Is that the Slip are like a crazy jazz fusion band, so they, you know, this album has a very, like... Sorry, I was focusing on keeping my multiplier there. So, you know, this album, they have a very indie rock kind of sound, but, for, you know, Eisenhower, they still had their jazz fusion kind of roots. So they had, like, all of it. So the thing is when I was doing the sections for this song, especially, I was like, what do I call any of these... Oh, rip. What do I call any of these sections, you know? Like, because it just felt like verse, 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 verse. And, like, there's no choruses, there's no bridges, there's none of this shit. So I'll show you it in a moment. I know, I missed the last note. That's so sad. Press F, chat.
Press the big Fs.
But yeah, you'll see. Like, I just verse, 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 and then I'm like, I don't know, this last bit is probably a solo, even though I'd probably call it a B part, frankly. But that's because they're a jazz band, and they have, you know, jazz, if you know anything about jazz, one of the things about it is that you take one section and you improvise over it. So one piece of music can be turned into a billion different pieces of music just from improv. And that's what the Slip are obviously used to doing. So I was like, what the fuck do you call any of this? It's the same riff, it's the same tone, but, you know, it just continues. So it was an interesting experiment to try and, like, port over and, like, come up with section names and stuff. By the way, there were no sections in the Rock Band Network chart because Rock Band Network 1.0 did not allow its authors to come up with custom sections. It was just split into percentages. So you had 10, 20, 30% of the song, and that's what you would have. So as a result, I had to come up with all the sections. So, oh man, some of these recharts are actually going to be fun as fuck. Tell you what I'm going to do really quick. I'm going to go grab myself another drink, and I'm going to play... I'm probably not going to play Ventura Highway, so I'll just have that as the jukebox mode, and I'll let you guys enjoy some music while I pop out really quick, alright? Sound good?
Yeah.
Be back in just a moment. I should probably get myself a refill on water as well. Oh my god, there's still the horse heads!
Hydrate. Oh yeah, dude, sounds delicious. We had another little buffet thing going on. I love smoked salmon.
Tell me how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. 'Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the air. Wishing on a falling star, waiting for the early train. Sorry, boy, but I've been hit by purple rain. Oh, come on, Joe. You can always change your name. Thanks a lot, son, just the same. Ventura Highway
I return.
in the sunshine.
Hello. Had charcuterie board and fancy cider. I'm ready for bedtime. You better not fall asleep before this fucking stream is over. That's my job. This is such a fun chart.
It
Yeah,
is.
you know what? The thing is, I suck ass at this chart. Maybe I'll play the hard version. Ventura Highway is great though. I was very happy. A lot of the like Dimension was another one that I got from this app called Jamit. So I can play Dimension. I can play Dimension. We'll play that one. We will do. It's. Yeah, actually, let's do the black SG with Axel in his alternate outfit, and we will turn off the horse heads and the monkey heads. As far as venue goes, ideal venue, probably the Rat Cellar. Yeah, so a lot of these charts, I mean, I get my stems from all over the place because I don't know if I said this in the intro. One of the things that I really aim for when I'm doing MARFGH stuff is that I aim for every song to have stems. Stems being the separated instrument parts. I don't want to just chart over an MP3 of the song. I want to have it feel like a harmonics chart. And that means if you don't play, like I'll show you, if you don't play, there's no guitar. Like, listen real quick. No guitar, because you're not playing. So why would I have the guitar playing, you know? And I get why some people would find that annoying, but for me personally, it's a big part of, like, the illusion of Guitar Hero, you know? So I always want to have stems, and it just makes it easier for me as the author. So I get my stems from all over the place, you know? This one came, and Ventura Highway also came from an app called Jam It, which was meant to teach you guitar, so you could obviously... Whoops, I can definitely do that. So it was meant to, yeah, and that was the original illusion of Guitar Hero. Ooh, you're playing guitar. And I mean, believe it or not, one of Harmonix's guiding mission statements when they first started was, we want to make non-musicians feel like rock stars. They said this when they first incorporated. If you watch the OPM video for Guitar Hero 2, they say, we want to make non-musicians feel like rock stars. Like, it's a thing that happens over and over with Harmonix. They really believed in the idea of video games being a medium for people to feel like they're playing music even if they can't play music. And, of course, ideally being a stepping stone to them actually playing music. I mean, how many people have said, you know, I played Guitar Hero, really liked it, so I got into guitar, you know, that kind of thing. So I think that their mission statement was phenomenal. And, of course, even in Guitar Hero 1, they were planning to add, like, the Rock Band 4 freestyle solos, that kind of thing, to make you feel like you were expressing through this plastic guitar with 5 buttons on it. So, to not have the guitar drop out when I stop playing, like, for a lot of people it doesn't bother them. For me, it's a big part of the illusion. But anyway, so Jamit was a now-defunct guitar learning app that gave you 2 guitars and the whole band separated, and someone ripped all the songs from it. And there were some good-ass songs, too. There was there was December, that was another Jamit custom. Dimension by Wolfmother, which I learned about because it was a song in the first episode of season 3 of House. There was an episode, I think it was like a vet in the Iraq War or something. He came back and no one could explain what was wrong with him. And it was House imagining himself in the Iraq War. And it was set to this song. And it was perfect. I was like, oh shit, Wolfmother kicks ass. You know, and Wolfmother, of course, had a song in the second Guitar Hero, so checks out. There was, what else was Jam It? Ventura Highway, of course. Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry, which is a song that I have had on the charting slate for ages, because I think it'd be fun as fuck. The problem with that chart is that it is unfortunately, it's the guitar has a ton of phaser on it, which makes it a little hard to tell what's actually being played. But once I can actually figure out that custom, that thing is going to kick ass. So, because that's a very fun song. That's a very... What does Buck Cherry remind me of? Motley Crue? Kind of. Like a Motley Crue for the 2000s. I just wish that I had Lit Up. I would handle... Like, I don't even... Like, Crazy Bitch is a cool song. Lit Up would be fucking awesome in Guitar Hero. I know it's a song about cocaine. I know that it would never happen in an actual Guitar Hero game. That song would have been fucking awesome in Guitar Hero. So I wish I had stems for it, but sadly I do not. Sorry, continuing.
Hydration Nation.
Hydration Nation. I will hit this. I will hit this. Fuck you. I will. This is such an easy part, and I'm like, you go. Sorry, I got this. I got this. Chat. First try. First try. Sadly, we can't all be cool wolves. There we go. That's more like it. Also, and I'll have to have the guitar, like, whammy when you actually whammy. Like, have the guitar vibrate like that. Like, it's just part of the experience. It's just part of the experience.
DCB says, this is a lie. We can all be cool wolves.
If you believe in me like that, man.
He says, I believe in you.
Thank you, man.
Coin says, Mr. Bungle is my pick for something that would never make it into a Guitar Hero game but would be hella fun.
What I've heard of Mr. Bungle, I do agree. For me, personally, if I had any, like, crazy off-the-wall picks for a Guitar Hero game, it would be Failure. Every single song, every single instrument in a Failure song is fun as shit. Every single one. Bass, guitar, drums, all of them. Like, that is a band that you want in a rock band, but unfortunately they just didn't have, like, the name recognition, so, like, that was never gonna happen. But, believe me, get, like, as the crowd jeers, get fucking, Smoking Umbrellas was the one I was thinking of. Smoking Umbrellas would be great. Any from, like, the earlier middle parts of Fantastic Planet, or anything from Magnified. Magnified, Moth would be great, Frogs would be great, Magnified would be great. Believe me, there's like half a dozen Failure songs I'd be like, Harmonix, listen, call me. Anyway, I wanted to wait until Kevin and Trish were back to play the They Might Be Giants tunes. I'm gonna do Dr. Worm first because Dr. Worm is the easier one. So this was and we're going to switch back to Judy, and I'm going to go with my Skunk Baxter Firebird because fuck yes. And I'm just gonna, like, literally this is my normal setup: Judy, Blackout Bar, Firebird. So but yeah, these songs were actually done by, so They Might Be Giants, pronounced Tim Berger. There we go, Tim Berger. These are not the actual They Might Be Giants versions. These are ones that were done by Maxton. Maxton being the guy who cracked all of the encryption for all of the Rock Band games. From which one did Zor Loser do? Probably like Rock Band, maybe Rock Band 2 on disc, Rock Band 1 DLC. So he did everything past that, up to Rock Band 4 on disc, and also cracked the Beatles Rock Band using Xenia, the 360 emulator, as a decryption oracle. The man was a fucking genius, and he had to die in like 31. I don't remember how old he was. It was a sad fucking loss. Maxton was the unsung MVP of the fucking Guitar Hero community. And I found out that he had all of these, to demonstrate why people would want stems for songs, he recorded a bunch of covers of, like, various songs and had, like, a mixer toy on his website. And I ripped them all before his website went down and charted them for Guitar Hero because, you know, a little tribute to the man himself. Dr. Worm, I actually honestly prefer this cover to the They Might Be Giants version. I know it's probably going to be weird to you and Triss, but, like, for me, I don't know. Maxton doesn't have a very powerful voice, but hearing John Linnell's, like, just nasal through it just doesn't, I don't know, sound right. I'm just so used to this version. You might remember this video from when I put it in Frets on Fire, because I thought that was great.
DCB says, I might be a giant.
DCB, you are a giant. You are a giant in my heart. Aw, fucking... I just accidentally overstrummed. Fuck. I might need to start switching to hard, because otherwise I'm going to start missing a whole lot.
CCP says hashtag giant at heart, and Savannah replies, that's a medical condition.
It's
Very
true.
dangerous. Have you been abusing steroids?
It's true. Who do I remember that had like a gigantic heart? And it was like, oh, I thought I might die. Oh, it was my dog. It was Jack.
Sorry.
Jack had a very enlarged heart when he died. Fuck.
Aww.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got thrown off because we were like, "Oh, River had a giant heart." Oh, that's right, my dog.
That was
I thought you were talking about like
a celebrity.
someone you know who was really kind or something.
Sorry, I don't mean to bring the chat down. Jack was a good dog. He was my dog.
No.
I didn't think I could be into animals until Jack came around, and then I was like, oh, this is my dog.
Savannah says, it's okay, I joke about my dead dad all the time.
It's
very
true.
funny.
You know, it's funny. You should see your name in Song the Lesson. Oh man, it'll be a Christmas miracle if I can get 5 stars on this song with as much as I fucked up on it.
DCB says, bless Jack. Respects for Jack.
Jack was a good dog. He was like a golden retriever kind of mix. He was good. I have nothing, obviously nothing against my dog that we have now because he's just a dog, but I never connected with him as much as I wanted to, you know. It's all good. I take care of him still. Wow, 98% 5 stars. I didn't think I would fucking do that. That's impressive. That was a -4. Babe, that sucked. How is that a -4? That's impressive. That's funny. That's very funny.
Poor gamer.
Maybe. Alright, Anna Ang next. Maxton had a whole variety of covers, by the way. He had, what was that song? Incense and Peppermint? He had a cover of that. He had a cover of Burnout by Green Day. He had, I don't know if it was, I know he had I Only Want to Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't know if he had another Hootie cover. He might have. He had a cover, I want to say he had a cover of a fucking song from a Sonic game? Oh, it was bizarre. Man had a whole bunch of, and believe me, I downloaded all that shit before his domain went down. So, yeah. No, there might be other Maxton covers, maybe. This is Anna Ang. This one is alright. I don't think his vocal is quite as good as it is on Dr. Worm. But it does work. It does the trick. I mean, it's not hard to sing a They Might Be Giant song, you know? Although it is probably going to be hard to play with this lag. This is another chart that I got done like a week ago because I wanted to have it done before the stream. Not bad. Not bad. I can get that. That's obviously hard for me because of the lag on my TV to be able to strum that consistently, but I can get that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Are you still operating without hearing the game?
I'm muting during quiet punches in the cold to listen to the music.
That's fair. That's very fair. During the song, I'm probably not talking a whole lot.
Yeah. I've been listening to bits of music. Also over Discord, I can very vaguely hear the song when you, because it picks up the sound of the controller.
Yeah.
And in the background of the sound of the controller, I can hear the song.
Right.
I don't want the world. I just want your half.
And then when the controller's not making a noise,
It mutes it.
goes back to being mute, yeah. So Savannah says, man, I'm so cozy right now.
Hell yeah, dude. That's how you should be on New Year's Eve.
Absolutely. Even though it's like another 5 hours. Another 4 hours. So you guys get your New Year's.
That's alright. We're just gonna play Guitar Hero until the fucking year changes over. I'm actually not gonna go that long, but...
And Savannah said, Savannah makes a snoring noise. I think.
There we go. Now I'm getting the fucking strumming bits.
Oh yeah.
I have to, like, before I see it, I have to change chords. So obviously I'm not going to be getting any great FCs on this fucking setup, but I don't know. I'm just happy to have a guitar and be able to play my songs on guitar, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, that's just, I don't know, that's just satisfying as all fuck. That's just so great. And hopefully you guys are enjoying all the camera cuts and stuff that I probably spend like 45 minutes every single chart authoring by hand. I'm like, boy, what camera angle should I use for this point in the song? And then I'm too busy fucking playing it to notice.
Savannah says, yeah, this is sick. And DCB says, it sounds so fun from the guitar sounds too long.
Yeah, no, it's a good ass time. All right, let's do Code Monkey. I should have, if I had infinite time before this stream, I would have remixed this song because it's slightly too loud and kind of distorts. This is a song that I did for MARFGH Volume 0. And of course we're going to do Pandora because of course when you look at Pandora you think Code Monkey, right?
Absolutely. DCB says, Code Monkey time.
Code Monkey time. So I was actually embarrassed by this song for a long time because I'm like, man, this is such a basic bitch song and I decided to chart it, what the fuck? But then I played it like recently and I'm like, oh man, this is fun as shit, what the fuck? So anyway, we're going to be doing, whenever I think of Pandora, I always think of the Ice Blue Firebird because it just matches her hair. So we're going to be playing this one on... We will do the Red Octane Club. But yeah, I played this one recently, and I'm like, man, this is fun as shit. And believe it or not, I actually played through the entirety of the Volume 0 set list not that long ago, and I'm like, damn, I picked some pretty decent songs. I think with a little bit more rounding out of like songs that people recognize in Volume 0, a reissue, people would actually find it to be a pretty damn good set list, because like, it wasn't bad. I always felt like, when I released Volume 0, I'm like, ugh, it's a bunch of songs, right? It's not very good, you know, it's just kind of the idea of it. But then I played it, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Not bad at all. And I will play through some more of my recharts and things like that, because I have some other recharts that I think are pretty fun. But let me get a drink real first. Coin says, kind of reminds me of Just What I Needed by the Cars. Yeah. This was another chart I remember getting from you, also really fun. Yeah, this chart was pretty fun. Like I said, I was surprised at how fun this was. I just think the audio is a little bit overdriven, so I'd like to remix it if I do a Volume 0 reissue, which I do have on the table, but obviously I'd like to get Volume 1 out first, because nobody wants to download something they already have, even if it is massively improved. I want to get Volume 1 out first and be like, oh, by the way, I updated Volume 0 to the base. I'll explain Volume 0 in a moment.
Coin says, I always played this song at Battle of the Bands.
That's a good venue for this. I was debating that one as well. Oh, that's evil. Why did I do that? That's not like a simple 3-note chord you can shift your hand thing. You have to change your fucking fretting fingers for that. That's evil. Why did I do that? Obviously I know why I did that, but that's evil. Fuck you, me from 3 years ago. I will say, this song is nostalgic as shit for me because I loved fucking Code Monkeys on G4 when I was a little kid. I remember going to my friend Aaron's house. Aaron was my first ever, like, the person I'd really consider a friend. and Code Monkey's playing on his big-ass TV in his basement with a home theater setup and like a pool table and everything. The space was not finished at all, but I was like, I don't know, I was impressed. Because remember, we were poor as shit living above a pizza place in a fucking drafty apartment, and then I go to fucking Blue Mountain, and here's this motherfucker with 3 levels in his house, and I'm like, Jesus, this is like bougie as shit. He doesn't have the house anymore, don't get me wrong, but like, I was I was impressed as a 12-year-old. So that's kind of what I always associate the song with, is just that house. Because we were watching, I remember we were watching Code Monkeys and we were watching Godzilla movies, like old dubbed 50s Godzilla movies on his home theater setup. It was a good ass time, dude. I miss having real life friends. I will have more real life friends this year. I do have some. I just gotta visit them. Not having a car sucks, I will say.
What's the joy of adulthood is you gotta like make it happen.
You gotta make time to have friends. No, I do have people around here that I could see for sure. And even people that aren't necessarily around here. I mean, Savannah's not that far away.
Yeah, Savannah just said come to Toronto.
I will come to Toronto, dude. I will. It's gonna be good as shit.
He says we'll get drunk and high.
Oh, fuck yeah. What else are you gonna do in Canada?
Get cold.
It's so chilly in Canada. And then text while driving drunken. I'm gonna ask you for your phone, and I will text for you because you need to drive safely.
Get charged with a misdemeanor when you hit someone.
All right, what do I want to play next? Let's do. Oh, dude, I'm not in the space to do this Dope Nose chart on Expert. Dope Nose, I did a video of, because if you don't know, Dope Nose was the song that had beautiful. Let's do Lars. Perfect. Dope Nose was the song that was likely used to demo the early engine demonstration for Guitar Hero 2 Red Octane when Harmonix was first showing off, like, oh, this is what we can do as far as Guitar Hero goes. Of course, we got to do it in the Red Octane venue, right?
Oh yeah.
So I took the reconstructed stems for Dope Nose, which I had done using a program called Samplitude. So Samplitude was a program that Onyxite had written to recreate quote-unquote stems for Amplitude. Amplitude and Frequency do not use stems. They use sample banks. So Harmonix would cut up the song into many, many different little samples so you could remix them in the games. So Samplitude tries to recreate stems to the best of its abilities. And Dope Nose, obviously being an Amplitude, I turned into stems and then wanted to chart whatever came out because I was like, oh, it'd be really funny if I could recreate, because there are references to Dope Nose, believe it or not, in Guitar Hero 1 and 2 and 80s and possibly Rock Band. So yeah, Dope Nose and maybe Back in Black. Back in Black is anecdotally one of the early songs that were in Guitar Hero. The way that worked, according to the Vice article, the oral history of Guitar Hero anyway, was that Harmonix employs a bunch of musicians, so they would go in and do their own sound-alike covers of Back in Black and Audio Slave songs and shit like that, and then they would bring the masters in and use them to chart, to test the engine. So Back in Black was another early one that was cited often, but the reason I favor Dope Nose is Amplitude, because that was Harmonix's previous game before Guitar Hero, but then also there's the actual circumstantial evidence of it being in the Guitar Hero 1 files under, I want to say Slip Test, and Slip being a name for the fretboard internally. So Dope Nose. Did I pick this on Expert? Did I just subject myself to a world of pain? I'm sorry, hold on. No, this is hard. Okay, no worries. I can do the hard chart. I do like Dope Nose quite a bit, though. But I know this is a weird version of the song for anybody who's actually familiar with Weezer. Because obviously I didn't do anything to like make it resemble the actual song. I just used whatever samples you gave me. That was on purpose. Oh my god, even on hard I'm fucking up. Hold on. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. I'm just gonna play this on medium. Again, great example. Consider this a bit of free advertising for MARFGH. What were you saying,
Yeah.
Kebby?
I did first try.
First try. First try. Pro gamer.
Hell yeah.
I'll just play it on medium. No worries. Boo. Boo, you suck. Get off the stage.
Brutal.
Tough crowd out there, man.
You're a tough crowd.
I am a tough crowd. It's actually really funny, by the way, because I was thinking about this the one day. I'm like, do you know how happy, like, hype we were to just have, like, NFC of Monkey Wrench on Expert? And, like, you look at YouTube now, and you have to be like, oh, by the way, I hit most of the squeezes, and I have, like, a second place finish on Score Hero, and that's what makes the video worth watching. And, like, I don't know, it's different from when I was 8 years old. It's definitely a lot different. And I don't blame anyone, by the way. I think it's great that people are, like, you know, obviously pushing this game as far as it can go, but it is very funny to see, like, you know, I'd watch someone's 2008 capture card video with the aspect ratio all fucked up, and there'd be, you know, and they'd be playing, like, a 4th tier Guitar Hero 2 song, and get all the notes right, and like, oh man, that was hot. And now everybody's gonna be like, oh, you know, okay, cool, but can you play, like, Cities on Flame with rock and roll 100% and hit all of the squeezes, and, like, that's what's, like, worth watching. And, you know, let alone, like, I don't know, Exile Lord Bleep Bloops or something like that, or Jarvis's charts, which are, you know, hot as shit too, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it is really interesting to see just the way that the game has changed. And here I am playing a fucking chart on medium, and, you know, I don't know, stuff is different, and it's an interesting kind of different. And I don't know, at the end of the day, I really just want people who are not, like, that good at Guitar Hero to feel, at least on some level, represented, because it's very easy to watch, like, Guitar Hero videos and just go, like, oh, I can't do that, that's fucking crazy, and, like, you know, that's it. But, like, I want my charts to be something that everybody can enjoy. In fact, you know what, tell you what I'll do. Chat has been dead since, like, 10 minutes ago. But I'll tell you what I'll do really quick. Actually, I'm not even going to do Dope Nose. I'm going to pick a random song. Yeah, I can play expert with easy, but I can't be passing stuff like solos or the strum test. Oh my god, I forgot I did the strum test. I forgot that I had ported strum test to Guitar Hero 2. And of course, if you know, strum test only had an expert chart, so I had to do the lower difficulties. And I distinctly remember Asai going through Guitar Hero 2 Deluxe 1.0 and strum test being in the store, and he bought it and he played it on hard and he went, that's the Guitar Hero 2 version. And I was like, that's my chart. That's my chart. That he was like, that feels legit. That was like really rewarding, you know. I don't know. I guess it feels kind of gay as shit that, well, I'm not gonna play fucking Face to the Floor because that's not my chart. But I guess it feels kind of weird to say, but like ultimately I just wanted like MARFGH to be something like Asai would play, you know, and be like, oh, this is cool. And like, that's it. And then I would saunter off into the distance, like, feeling accomplished. That's all I ever wanted out of Guitar Hero modding. Anyway, I guess we are playing Dope Nose on Easy. I'll just show you really quick what Dope Nose on Easy looks like, just for the fuck of it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's things that you let go of, and I am happy with whatever I do with this game, just because I do it with this game. But like, I don't know, and we were talking about this a little bit while you were gone, Kebby. I don't know. It is a shame how things happen, really, you know. And I do hope that like that's not the end of it, you know. Like I'd hate to be just like out of exile forever with, you know, the Guitar Hero community, because it is, you know, there's this video that we would always reference with, this is, by the way, the version that you and Savannah and whoever would play. You know, we would always reference in Guitar Hero. It was like an old Facebook video that Asai posted. He's like, this is what you guys are arguing over. And he would tap all of the rainbow colored fret buttons and be like, this is what you guys are arguing about. And it's like, yeah, you know what, you're right. This is fucking stupid. And I understand, like, don't get me wrong, I've done a lot of stupid shit in the past. I've fought with a lot of fucking, you know, stupid fucking battles in the past. And it's just unfortunate. You know, you think back to Milo Axe. And that was, you know, I left in early 2023. I got my first job like 2 months later. You know, so you think like, that's crazy. That, you know, real life would hit me that much sooner. But it is just unfortunate, you know, and it's not that I want to, like, rejoin fucking Discord servers or whatever, but it would be unfortunate that, like, all of the, you know, goodwill that I think I've built up, and all of the, oh god. Sorry, hold on. Where did I get a text from? Happy New Year, man? Hold on. Sorry. Who the fuck texted me? Who the fuck texted me Happy New Year? Who is this? Oh, this is Jacob. Not the Jacob at my current work. This is the Jacob at my old work. Not that you guys are going to know the difference. Sorry. Coin says, I think what happened is...
There's 3 of them now?
There's 3 of them now. I think what happened is the GH community... Jesus. Has moved on to Yarg / RB3 Deluxe / Fortnite Festival. To me, I always see GH2 as my personal favorite. To me as well. You know, GH2 is fucking hard as shit. But at the same time, this feels like home. Everything about this game feels like home. You know, but at the same time, I feel like I spent a lot of time, like, thinking... Like, you know, thinking other games were kind of like... I don't want to say competition, because I never saw it as that. But like, just songs that were like, you know, games that were other people liked, but I'm like, it's not my game, so I have to shit on it, right? And I'm just like, that's so, I don't know, raunchy. That's not what I want anymore. Because all of it is rhythm gaming, and all of it is good, you know. Believe it or not, even like Rock Revolution and stuff, I'm like, you know, at least it is a rhythm game that is playable and people can play it, and worst case scenario, we port it back to like good engines and rechart it, and like, you know, that's the fun part. As opposed to, oh, this is fucking awful. Because I don't know. This year, certainly, everybody has kind of like Fortnite Festival and those kind of games have brought 5-fret gaming sort of back into resurgence. But for a long time, it felt like Guitar Hero and Rock Band were kind of like, I don't know. They were very endangered, you know, like this kind of thing. Nobody was fucking doing this when I picked it up back in 2014. You know, when I picked, you know, Guitar Hero 2 back up, nobody was doing this. Nobody gave a shit. In 2014, nobody was into fucking rhythm gaming. Even, you know, because you think about it, right? You think in, what was it, 2012, 2013, the last Rock Band 3 DLC rolled off the line, and it was like the Chevelle pack, and it was like total auto-generated venue, and like, who gives a fuck, you know, right? Like, they didn't even care. We weren't supposed to care, and then American Pie comes out, and it's like, oh, that's the end of Guitar Hero 3. Sorry, guys. Or, sorry, Rock Band 3. That's the end of Rock Band 3, guys. See you later, you know. It was fun while it lasted. And then Rock Band 4 comes out, and of course, you know, when I was in Milo Hacks, nothing but, like, bad things to say about Rock Band 4. But what is Rock Band 4 but keeping this plastic guitar with 5 buttons on it alive, right? So, I don't know. In a way, I kind of feel bad about it. I felt bad about, like, all the time spent fucking shit-talking online about various rhythm games, you know? Because it's just, A, it's not worth it, and B, we're all here to enjoy rainbow-colored frets, right? Like, it's so fucking... It is like that aside video. This is what you guys are arguing over, yeah. So anyway, I also do like World Tour Definitive as a sort of anthology for the Neversoft era GH. You know what? I really do respect the Definitive Edition guys, honestly. You know, certainly at the time there was sort of that weird rivalry between the Guitar Hero, the Rock Band Deluxe and Guitar Hero Deluxe teams and Guitar Hero Definitive Edition, because those guys were just like, oh, we're gonna put Lightning McQueen in Guitar Hero 4. But like those guys were just as interested in doing, you know, engine upgrades and just things that were interesting as we were. And I don't know, it feels, looking back on it in 2024, I'm like, do I really want to shit on like someone else's hard work? Do I really want to? No, not really. It's Slipknot. Do I play it in any other venue except Warped Tour? You know. Sorry, Kevy. I know that this is not a lot of stuff that you can reply to. I love you, by the way.
I love you. How much have you drunk, Boban?
So I had the 1 cup of Bailey's, and then I had what was this, like 7% beer from Evil Genius, and then the Mad Elf, which is 11. That's gonna be the last I have, by the way, because believe me, I do feel it. I'm not going to do like last week. Believe me, promise. But
Happy New Year. Happy
New Year. Listen, it's a time to celebrate. I'm not gonna be doing this into January. It's all good. But I just want to, you know, we're having fun. We're having fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. And it's all good. You're being chatty, so.
I am being chatty. There's like certain stages of being alcoholic where like you're feeling it, then you're chatty, then you're on the floor in pain. I am not anywhere near that. Believe me, I promise you.
Tristan wouldn't shut the hell up during the New Year's stuff.
I feel you, Triss.
He was sat on the sofa just nattering.
Listen, I can believe it. I like talking.
Have no willpower.
I've never had such a bad time with alcohol.
the
Savannah,
issue,
I hate to say this, but you're short. You are short,
No.
Savannah.
The issue that Cameron has is that drunk Cameron wants to drink more.
Yes.
Like, if he's sober, he's like, okay, I've had enough now. And if he gets drunk, he's like, I'm gonna drink more alcohol, and then it just ends with him lying on the floor crying.
I've never cried while I was drunk. This is slander. This is lies.
You did hold the Paddington plushie and like hide your face.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no. Listen, I can 100% believe the story that she has where she was like, you stole all the pillows and like would protect them like you were a dog protecting its children. I'm like, I believe it. I believe it. I don't remember it, but I believe it.
Sometimes people do this thing in their sleep where they just start frowning like a baby.
I don't even need to be asleep to do that.
You do it more.
I do it more. I do it when I'm focusing, and believe me, when I'm drunk, I need to focus more.
Savannah says, a mother wolf.
A mother wolf. A cool wolf, though. Come on. Anyway, so this is a rechart. So, alright, let me tell you guys a quick story, by the way, when this loads. So when I was a teenager, of course, you know, you get on the internet and you look at, like, the Guitar Hero community, and what was, even in 2015, 2016, what was the focus? Clone games, you know? So Clone Hero was, like, 2017, late 2017, 2018. Believe me, I remember when Clone Hero fucking took off. Because remember, Clone Hero was the shit for a long fucking time. So, you know, you had Guitar Hero 3 PC, which is kind of like the game. So I remember Jason Paradise playing it, I remember Asai playing it. But then Clone Hero comes out, and Clone Hero, if you don't know, if you somehow don't know, was this Unity-based Guitar Hero clone using Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock assets. So it looks a lot like Guitar Hero, but it was built off of Unity, so it runs natively on PC, and it runs at like hundreds of frames a second. So, of course, the thing about Clone Hero is that it feels like Guitar Hero. Believe me, they take great pains to clone the engine. Guitar Hero, or Clone Hero, even has what's called infinite front end, which is, so say there's a hammer-on, right, and the hammer-on is like, let's say an impossible amount. Let's say it is a half note in front of you. You can hit it immediately, and you will still hit it. That's what infinite front end is you have like several hundred milliseconds between you and the next note for a hammer-on, and you still hit it. That's what infinite front end is. So Clone Hero clones a lot of the really. It's easy, but it's also not. But it's also a lot of the more satisfying parts of like Guitar Hero 3 and stuff. I heard Asai describe Clone Hero as like Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock at a really high frame rate. And that's the other thing, is that Clone Hero would run at 200-300 frames a second. So as a result, you know, you would be able to hit things that you could not hit on console. Because here's the thing, what you're watching on screen on my stream is it locked at 60 FPS, which means that the game can read my inputs at 60 frames a second. Whereas if I was playing on Clone Hero, not only would the engine be, you know, the timing window would be wider, but it would be able to read that wider timing window at 200, 300 frames a second. Which obviously means that you have between, 2 and 4 times the amount of time to hit a note. So Clone Hero becomes known as the Whale Pussy engine. And, you know, the classic Guitar Hero engines, the harmonics ones, get known as Dick and a Cheerio engine because, of course, one is loose, one is tight. But anyway, so Clone Hero gains this really, reputation.
Dudes be like, so when you put your penis in thing...
So, you know when you put your dick in a whale, of course. Who hasn't?
This is the best way to describe this thing. This is the one that the most people will relate to.
Of course. Who can't relate to putting their dick in a fucking cereal? Of course.
I'm reminded of there's I don't know if it's just on Tumblr, but there's a running joke. It's when you have to explain something to Americans. So imagine a burger.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Fucking absolutely.
Guitar Hero.
Alright.
Guitar Hero fans is so imagine a penis.
Absolutely. So, Guitar Hero fans. Alright, so imagine your cock, right? So, yeah. So, Clone Hero becomes popular for that reason. It's what we call the Whale Pussy engine. And this is, Guitar Hero 2, what we know as the Dick and a Cheerio engine. And, it's a lot tighter. It's a lot more difficult to hit notes because not only is the timing window a lot shorter, but you only have 60 frames a second. Even with Guitar Hero 2 Deluxe's, patching out of the strum limit, with the strum limit, you only have like 1 in 20, like a 1 in 20 chance every single second of hitting that note. I don't know what the actual, I think it's like 22 notes per second is like the limit of the strum engine. Or strum limit. Anything faster, the game can't handle it. And it's not that the game can't handle it, it's that there's this strum limit that we think is for debounce protection. So, you know how, let me try to do this. So you hear how I hit the strum bar. You hear that second bounce after I let my thumb go? Where it's like that, rattling? That is the bounce protection that the strum limit was meant to patch. Because people would, obviously be sloppy with the strum bar, and as a result, accidentally strum twice. But the strum limit was meant to patch that out. The problem is that the strum limit also meant that you couldn't strum faster than 22 notes a second. So, generic mad scientist, the legend, went into the Guitar Hero 2 executable, found the bounce protection, and removed it. He removed it so that way it would receive strum inputs up to the strum limit. The way he removed it was he replaced the instruction with a no op instruction. So if you don't know anything about assembly programming, no op means to just not do anything for that cycle. So no op means that the oh my god, we've already gone through 2 hours. Jesus Christ.
You've been chit-chatting, man.
Man, it's been a good-ass time. I don't want to stop. I've been having a good-ass time. So anyway, yeah, exactly. So, patching that instruction out means that the game can now recognize strums up to 60 FPS, but that also means that sloppy fucking players like me accidentally register 2 strums when their strum bar bounces up to the other switch. So yeah, anyway, this is Girls Like You, which I got completely off track. This is a chart from Phase Shift. So in 2015, 2016, before we had Clone Hero, we had such wonderful clone games as Frets on Fire X and Phase Shift, which Phase Shift, the guitar engine, was referred to as drunk mode because it sucks. But it had some pretty good built-in songs, one of which was the Spin Wires, which sounds a lot like Arctic Monkeys. So I liked the song, and I recharted it for Guitar Hero 2, and here's that chart. Hope you enjoy. I'll shut up now. If I can hit the notes. Fuck. What you up to, Kebby?
This song very, very vaguely reminds me of Electro Gypsy by Cyberonic.
Oh, based. Anyway, so I had this song earmarked for MARFGH Volume 2, which was meant to be all indie songs. Sort of like the bonus set list in normal Guitar Hero set list. My best hope is a 4-star for this song. I can do it. I can do it, chat. Anyway, this song is fun as shit.
Let's try.
First try. Oh! Listen, my score might suck, but I'm having a great time.
Oh yeah. That's what matters.
Wow, I'm impressed I managed to hit all those fucking hopos. That's impressive. First try.
Oh yeah.
Alright, that's gonna pretty much guaranteed be a 4-star. Where's my water?
Hydration.
Hydration. Listen, I gotta make sure that I don't get a fucking hangover tomorrow. That's okay, believe me, that's where I stopped drinking. I'm just knowing it. Shooting Star has me hyped for MARFGH. Alright, you know what? Just because you mentioned it, we're gonna play Shooting Star. So, shout out to Connor, right? I had no intention of doing anything MARFGH related until he handed me off the stems for Shooting Star. Because, like, you know, everything happens with Milo hacks, and I take, like, 2 years off from the game, and I'm like, believe me, that's it, right? It's not that I was, like, turned off of Guitar Hero or anything, but just, I don't know, in general, I felt wrong. It just, I don't know, it wasn't a thing that interested me. And what did I play in that video? It was the theater, right? But then he hands me these stems and he's like, listen, go make this song in Guitar Hero. Go put my song in Guitar Hero. I'm like, listen, you're a good ass friend. Absolutely, I'm gonna do that. So I do that, and then it comes out as like one of my fucking favorite things ever. I had the hugest smile on my face when I put the song in the engine and I was watching the computer play it, and I was like, you know what? It is time to bring the world back, MARFGH. So thank you, Connor. I'm gonna get 4 stars on your song just for you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Shining brightly in the night sky, atop the sparkling city. My heart is rising for your smile. That lights up in the night like starlight. I always hope that I can reach out and I can hold your hands so tight.
And I do really like Connor's music. That's the thing. J music is not my thing at fucking all. But Connor's music is fucking awesome. And the other thing too about him is that he takes inspiration from like Fall Out Boy and Weezer and like all of these music influences that I really do like. And suddenly I'm like, I'm in love. You know what, Connor? You've got the right idea. This song reminds me a lot of the chart of Monkey Wrench, honestly, because of all the chords.
Yeah.
Kevy says, yeah, like she's played Guitar Hero too. I love you. It's okay.
Nothing else to say.
It's okay. I appreciate that you're game for this. I know you were like, oh, Cammy, You want me to be on your Guitar Hero 2 stream? I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say, but I will do it anyway because I love you. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. It's been a good ass time, believe me.
You see Wolfmother's message?
No, go ahead.
It says, this looks like such a blast to play, and it has that mid-2000s vibe to it that fits perfectly with Guitar Hero 2.
Yes, absolutely does. I mean, that's the thing, is that Connor will always come in and he'll talk about how, like, the fucking Sonic Adventure soundtrack is, like, such a, like, a vibe for him. Like, he super, like, enjoys the shit out of that chart, or that soundtrack. And I'm like, yeah, honestly, it fits perfectly. And the thing is, too, is that Connor has this, like, you know what? Let's start playing some bass charts. You know what? Let's play some bass charts, because it won't be long until we've gone 3 hours, and I'm gonna go all fucking night. Otherwise, it's already 2.5 hours, or close enough. We're gonna play some bass charts. This is not the most exciting bass chart, but I'm going to. By the way, I did indeed rewrite all of the bass descriptions. Of course, I did. So we're going to play. We're gonna play the Cherry Grabber. Either the Cherry. Kebby, you pick. Cherry Grabber, Cherry SG. Tell me.
SG.
Good fucking choice. Hell yeah. So anyway, this is not a very fun bass chart. I was actually in talks with Connor a couple months ago to rewrite the bass part for this to make it more interesting to play. Maybe when I eventually actually get this onto a MARFGH disc, like I said, Volume 2 was meant to be all indie songs. So maybe for that one I'll rewrite the bass part to make it more interesting to play. But I have all these fucking bass charts and I've never shown them off, so I might as well, right? I'm trying my best with the alt strumming. It's not happening on this setup.
First try.
First try. Sorry, can I just say how much I love the PS2? The PS2 is like the best console fucking ever made. Like I don't know. That's such a high praise, but I don't know. There's just such a look to PS2 games. They're like so anime-esque, but they just work. You know, they're like so easy to look at and yet so visually interesting. Like go play Okami, and you'll just see. And Guitar Hero 2 really does have that slight, like, anime look to it that, like, works.
Yeah, it's kind of 2D, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. If you read the oral history of Guitar Hero, you'll hear, like, the harmonics, like, art people, and they'll talk about, Wonk. because that's sort of what the thing that they were aiming for with at least the first game, but definitely the second one as well, is wonk, right? Where they were like, we don't want any like 90-degree angles, none of that shit. We want everything to feel strange. Whoops. And that's kind of what they got. You know, I remember they were trying to do it with the guitars. And the only reason that they couldn't was because there's only so much you can wonk up the shape of an SG and have it still look like an SG. But you look at the amps and stuff, and they've all got like, they've all got that look to it, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Connor. I will write a better bass part to the song. I know that his focus was just on making it like fit the song, but I can definitely do better. This was just what he gave me, so.
Savannah says, yeah, guitars are pretty particular.
Guitars are, yeah, exactly, they are. Because there's only so much that you can fuck with the shape of a Les Paul before it stops looking like a Les Paul, you know? So, I remember them saying the only place we could get away with the wonk was on the headstocks, which makes sense. You know, if we look at like, sorry, let me pick guitar and I'll show you like the guitars, and like these basically look like the guitars. The only place that they could really get rid of get away with the wonk was like on the tuning pegs and stuff, where they actually look like properly wonky. Otherwise, that's just what the guitar looks like, you know. That's just the look of the guitar, you know? But, I mean, these are some iconic fucking guitars, so. Anyway, there was one other song that I had done a chart demo of back in probably 2021, 2022, that I am very fond of, and yet I kind of regret the way that I approached it. And that would be Subterrain Steps for Grizzly Grotto by Freen and Green. So Freen and Green was kind of like they might still be around, I don't know. But they're kind of like a virtual band, sort of like Gorillaz. And they're really, really good, at least what I've heard from them. But the thing about Freen and Green was that the person behind them charted Subterrain Steps for Phase Shift. You know, I just played Girls Like You. Well, Subterrain Steps was the other song from the Phase Shift soundtrack that I really attached to. And I recharted it. And I remember I did that initial chart demo video, and I was like, oh, this fucking Phase Shift chart sucks fucking dick through a garden hose. Like, I don't know. That feels kind of bad. That feels like that's not really the way I want to go about it, right? You know, even if I don't really agree with the way that it was charted, which makes perfect sense given that Phase Shift is a different engine than Guitar Hero 2. I don't know. I felt a little bad about it looking back. Though, to be fair, the fucking person behind Freen and Green was like total sport about it, and they're like, oh wow, that's really interesting how you charted it, right? I'm like, well, thank you. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I looking back on that, I felt like you have the band, like you have the artist, right? You have the artist behind the song itself, and they chart the song, and then you go, this chart, fucking, I don't know. It's, I didn't go this hard, but I don't know. At the time, I felt like I made it sound like it was worse than it is. Certainly, it's not how I would chart it, but I don't think it was like the worst thing ever. And I don't know. Like I said, I just kind of regret that a little bit. You know, how hard I went, you know, when I was in the when I was in Mile Hacks in the Guitar Hero community, just kind of like how aggressive I was. I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know if that's really the way that I really want to come across. Like I said, there's a lot of things I would do different now, but I figure bridges are probably burned. You know, I'm okay with that. I was just jamming out to this on my bass as you played it. Hey, there we go. It's alright, we live and learn. Did I play this on hard? I knew I wasn't going to be able to play it on expert, just because this has a pretty crazy outro, and I'm not going to be able to play right now. Yeah, this is on hard. I do like this song a lot, though. I did chart an instrumental version. The phase shift version has, like, someone rapping over it, which I was not a fan of. You know, even right now, I will say I was not a fan of the rapping on this song. It was not very well recorded and also not very well just done. So I had the instrumental version. Which I'm okay with because Freen and Green themselves sell an instrumental version of this song. So I'm like, oh, that's okay. It's what was intended by the artist. I want to say there was some Freen and Green stuff for Rock Band Network, but I don't think so. Sorry, I'm gonna need to play this on medium. This chart is still crazy. I can play this while I'm sober, but I'm having too much of a good time. What you up to, Kibby?
Hey, Mahjong.
Yes, Flight Rising Mahjong. That's her thing. She's the pro gamer at that.
Pro gamer is a strong term to use.
It's the term that I use, and are you gonna disagree with me? All right, let's see if I can do this on medium. Medium.
I'm gonna make my Flight Rising bow, okay?
Yeah, this feels good. Like I said, there's definitely gonna be times this stream where I go and play medium. But that's okay. Because that's why they're there. I don't know. I feel like, don't get me wrong, easy and, expert is like the, oops, I didn't mean to activate there, but that, whatever. You know, expert, it makes sense that people who are chasing scores and prestige play on expert, but like, when I see a chart that I do, and I do it on medium or something, it's like, oh wow, that feels like a Guitar Hero song, because I'm so used to like, oh, here's somebody who isn't like a Guitar Hero player, and they're playing it on medium, right? Like, that just feels, I don't know, correct. And I knew people when I was in Milo Hacks who were like, oh, you know, I'm too lazy to do lower difficulties, which I I respect. But also, when I'm doing Guitar Hero 2 stuff, like, you gotta have medium. You gotta have hard, you gotta have medium, you gotta have easy. You know what just recurred to me, by the way? Guitar Hero 1 was a year separated from fucking Sly 2. I don't know, man. The PS2 was just awesome. Like, it's funny, I've heard some, like, internet-y contrarian types be like, oh, the PS2 is overrated. Nah, bro, have you fucking seen the PS2 library? You could play the PS2 fucking forever. And there's just like a flavor to the games. They're just like, it works. It works. And it's not something you can say about, like, most other consoles.
Man, this one's really not wanting to pick up what they're saying.
That sucks. Sorry about that. What part did you miss?
I mean, I've been unpausing the stream occasionally to hear it again, but like not cut out, because it's like every second word sometimes. And sometimes like a whole half of a sentence just disappears.
Man, Discord sucks.
It's trying to it's trying to mute background noise, but it's mixing your voice in with the sound of the guitar and the sound of the music, so it's just muting you as well.
I hear you. But what was missing?
Nothing specific this time. It's just gonna be a recurring thing. I don't know. I don't think I've missed any context or anything.
That's good. I'm very glad to hear that you didn't miss anything big. Whew. So I'm gonna take a very brief, like literally like a minute and a half intermission, and I'm gonna set jukebox mode again, and then I will come back and we'll play our last batch of songs and call it for the evening. That all good?
Yeah.
Because I've been getting into a groove. I don't know how chat's been feeling, but I've been feeling fucking good. I've been enjoying this quite a bit. We will do... Snow is nostalgic for me because the way that I have it set up for quick play has the exact guitarist, and venue as the one that I watched in 2006. Believe me, in like 2006, 2007, I watched someone make a custom of this song. I would not be able to play it right now in my state, but I'm gonna play it right now as I pop out for just a brief moment. And if you know what video this is a reference to, you're a fucking legend. I'll be right back. Coin recognizes what I was referring to. Yep. This is the video. Right? So it was a chart of Snow, and it was pretty close to the Rock Band 2 chart, and it had Izzy as the guitarist, and because it was pasted right over "Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart," so it used that song's quick play stuff. But man, I don't know. It just fits. It just fits perfectly. So, and it had because this was back in the day when you didn't even change the title of the song when you had the custom. So it still said "Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart" by Stone Temple Pilots. And it was just great. So I watched this video so many fucking times, and it's still on YouTube. This video is still on YouTube, and it's like, I don't know, it's just so satisfying to see it like properly in Guitar Hero 2 with the Rock Band 2 chart and everything. And I like this song a lot. Chili Peppers were one of my first like musical loves. Stadium Arcadium, absolutely. You know, I remember watching a chart of Humpty Bump, and Coin mentioned a custom of Can't Stop. That's another one that I remember watching. Yeah, no, great, fucking awesome. Obviously, Chili Peppers were one of like the bands that were going to be put in Guitar Hero, right? So I had to port this one back to Guitar Hero 2. Just so satisfying. I don't know. I love this game. This is. I told Kevy this maybe this last night, if not earlier today. This is my childhood game, man. You know, Minecraft is close, but like Guitar Hero 2, that's the one. That's the one.
Oh, you did.
Sorry, I had to get water. I had to get hydrated.
Hydration station.
Hydration Nation. You gotta love Jukebox mode also. I love that there's like, it's like a built-in, you have to hop out so you just put a song on mode, right?
Yeah.
It's so perfect. I have not found a way, by the way, to prevent the game from detecting strums when in Jukebox mode, but at least with the frets, it maps it to keyboard buttons, which obviously the keyboard doesn't work in the retail executable. So at least on that end, you can't fuck with it, but you can still overstrum, obviously, the shit. I will have to figure out another way to fix that. But if you don't touch it, it works exactly like it should. I don't know who's sending hearts, but thank you for sending hearts. Much appreciated.
Mega fan.
Mega fan. Somebody who's like, oh, Guitar Hero 2. Guitar Hero 2 as it should be.
Oh yeah.
By the way, all of these old customs were charted like garbage. The snow chart was impressive in that how close it was to the Rock Band 2 chart. There were only minor pitch differences. Other than that, it was close to what Harmonic actually offered. Like, it was impressive. But like, some of these other charts were not close at fucking all. And they didn't have any of the background animations and stuff. So the stuff that you're watching on screen, none of this was authored. It would just be the band standing there as the song played. But, you know, when I was 8 years old, I was like, I want to play that. That looks fun as fuck, you know? And, of course, now in 2025, it's a little bit more involved than that. So anyway, welcome to the final lap of the stream. We'll be doing it for another 20-30 minutes. I figure it's alright if we want to go a little bit longer than 3 hours, because I'm having a good time. I figure you guys are having a good time. Let's see what other charts I have authored that I haven't played yet. Very Ape. I think I played that one earlier. I played that one twice. Shooting Star, I just played that one. Passport.mid is great. Passport.mid is hilarious. You did Steady As She Goes. I did. And the reason I ported this one is because I intended it for the because you know that, you know, Guitar Hero always has the first song, right? You know, you think I Love Rock and Roll, you think Shout Out the Devil or Surrender, you know, if you're a 360 player. Steady As She Goes to me feels like it would be the ideal first song in a MARFGH disc. But I don't know how likely it is I'm actually going to do that. So it just kind of exists. I don't know what guitar Jack White plays, so instead I'm just going to play a... What haven't I played? I played an SG... Have I played the Flying V? Let's do the New Century Flying V. And we'll do it at the Battle of the Bands. Yep, that works. Dude, when I made my first ever Dream Setlist when I was 8, this is my first song too. It's so perfect for it. It's so simple, but it's so much fun to play. Like, it's just so... This is the first song in a Guitar Hero game, right? This song. So, yeah. This was absolutely my first choice for a first song in MARFGH. Like I said, I don't know if I'll ever do like a proper, like the 8-tier set list, but I had this earmarked for it, so I ported it. So we might as well play it tonight. So let's do Steady As She Goes. Raconteurs. I fucking love the Raconteurs. Especially anything that Brendan Benson sings on. I'm okay with Jack White's voice, but Brendan Benson is my favorite Raconteur. As I missed the first note. At least I found a new way to test my customs. Get entirely too drunk first. It's alright, I'm not like unfunctional or dysfunctional or anything. Just, obviously when you're playing a rhythm game, you notice it.
All good, man.
All good.
It just sneaks up on you.
It does. But you know what? Like I said, I'm still functional. I can still, like, play expert, sort of. I'm not, like, stumbling around. So, I'm happy. I know I should be whamming those, but... Anything from chat, Kevy?
No.
Alright, just checking.
All good, man. I shall tell you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Ooh. Ooh. That's not happening. Ha! Fuck you. It did happen.
Sven says, ooh, first try.
First try. By the way, Subnolians, this is off the same album as, if you listen to my mixtape and you know the Raconteurs song Hands. That was the second track. This is the song before that on the album. So, same album, very good album. Of the two Raconteurs albums that I've heard, I definitely prefer Broken Boy Soldiers to Consolers of the Lonely. But both very good albums, very good. First try. Alright. So, Steady As She Goes we did. I got a whole 4 stars on that one. What are some other ports that I did that I quite like? Oh, All Day and All the Night is fun as shit. I'm going to play this one on hard just because I don't really have faith in myself. Sure, you know what? Sure, let's do the Grim Reaper. Sure. Of course, there's only one guitar that the Grim Reaper can have, and that's the Scythe, of course. We're going to do... What's the most likely place that you'll see the Grim Reaper? A high school, of course.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna do that one. Ah, EBDB.
Oh, you.
Alrighty, let's see this. All Day is from Guitar Hero Aerosmith. I love this chart. This chart is great. And this song is great. I was so excited to play this song when I first got my guitar. I mean, listen. The Kinks are the most underrated British invasion band of the 60s. Like, easily. Well, alright, listen. It's a toss-up between the Kinks and the Zombies, if I'm honest. But the Kinks are definitely up there. I don't really have the experience with both of them to be able to say for sure. But I do like songs from both of them. That's another thing that Maxton did as far as covers go. was that he did a cover of She's Not There, which of course was Rock Band 2 DLC. And then he also did a cover of Tell Her No, which I do have mixed. I don't have charted because I fucked up the mix on it. And I didn't realize the count-in was a different, incorrect tempo. So I gotta do that one again. But that's another one I would like to do for MARFGH. Because I think that song is just great. Aerosmith, as you saw at the start of the stream, by the way, is another Guitar Hero game that I'd like to play through. Just because I don't really have any experience with it. Same with 3. The last time I played Guitar Hero 3 was when I was like 8 years old. And then I went on Discord and was like, oh yeah, this is how I actually feel about this game. But like, I don't know. That was so long ago. I can't really say that's how I actually feel about it. Because who really goes with their opinions when they were like a fucking little kid, right? So,
you kind of completely that.
Sorry about that. But like I was saying, there's just, I don't know, it feels wrong to whatever you felt as a little kid. It has the best soundtrack, but I find the game's presentation just so ugly. Yeah, honestly, that's kind of how I feel about it as well, is that Guitar Hero 3, the soundtrack is really good. You know, you have Before I Forget, you have Cities on Flame, you have Cliffs of Dover, you have When You Were Young. You know, there's a lot of Rock Band 1 songs that are great on it, but then the presentation of it, the menus aren't bad, but like the 3D models, oh my god. The drummer looks like a Chuck E. Cheese fucking character. The singer has a jaw that is the size of a Honda. It's bad, you know? Like I said, these songs feel so much better in Guitar Hero 2. In fact, on that note, Sunshine of Your Love, which, you know, I mark as a rechart because it is a rechart, is not that different from the Guitar Hero 3 chart. This feels pretty good in Guitar Hero 2, but unfortunately, the Guitar Hero 3 is just wrong. Even as a kid, when I got it for Christmas, I was like happy, but looking at it and just cringing because it was the PS2 version. You had the same experience that I did. I had Guitar Hero 3 for the PS2, and I was just like, it looks wrong. I would look at Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 80s, and then I would look at 3, and I'm like, this is wrong. This isn't correct. So I want to give it another shot, you know? You know, if nothing else, because I want to, like, steal songs from it. Anyway, here's Sunshine of Your Love.
It's getting dark when lights close their tired eyes. Assume me with you, my love. Give you my doll surprise. I'll be with you, darling.
Fuck.
Soon. I'll be with you when the stars start falling. I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going in the sunshine of your love. I'm with you, my love. The light shining through on you. Yes, I'm with you, my love. It's the morning of just we
Damn it.
two.
I keep hitting that chord, but I guess my fingers aren't, like, pressing down hard enough.
I'll stay with you till my seas are dry. I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going in the sunshine of your love.
Can't beat chat.
Coin says, back to obscure Guitar Hero 2 customs from like nearly 20 years ago. Someone did do the proper animations and everything for Young Lust by Pink Floyd, and I remember losing my shit at that.
Yeah. Dude, when anybody would do anything like for like a proper custom, it would be like, oh my god, you went the extra mile. And now it's like something that I do for all of my charts. You know?
You don't realize just what you have.
I remember when I was still in Milo Hacks, Scott would link me this chart that was, oh god, I don't even remember what the song was. I think it was a joke song. But he would link me it and be like, oh my god, there was like strobe lights at the end of the song. And like, that was impressive. And I'm just like, oh my god, that's so charming, you know? Because it's true. That really nobody did fucking anything for customs back in 2007, 2008. They were just happy to have the notes. And then here's me being like, oh no, sorry, I have to make it feel like a real thing, which I'm happy about. You know, every single time I do it with a chart, it just feels right. But that was not the common thing.
Frank says, I remember when I was a kid really wanting Pink Floyd on Guitar Hero, but now that I'm older, the only thing that would somewhat work would be Sid Barrett era stuff.
Yeah, it's true. Kind of reminds me of, I was planning songs that would potentially be in amplitude remodulated. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Amplitude remodulated, so, you know, anybody who knows me knows that I really, really like Amplitude as well, which was the game that Harmonix made before Guitar Hero, and was what Guitar Hero 1's engine was based off of. So, given that we are so close to having proper Amplitude customs, you know, actually implemented in the game, fuck it. Whatever, worth it. You know, I was singing on songs that would potentially be really, really good in Amplitude, and I remember thinking on, like, where's my phone? There it is. Like, I remember looking at, like, what's that BG song, Nights on Broadway?
Nights on Broadway.
That was one that I thought would be fun in Amplitude, that sort of thing. And I remember looking at some death grips to see what death grips might work, because we actually did get an album's worth of death grips stems in Black Google, which was a stem release for ex-military, and that has one of my favorite death grip songs on it, which was what I Want It, I Need It. Yeah, which has, funnily enough, a Pink Floyd sample in it. And I was like, that would be fucking unreal in Amplitude. You know, being able to not only play a Death Grip song, but being able to remix a Death Grip song. So I remember listening to that. And it's just what I think of every time I think of, like pre-Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd is looking at those stems and going, this would be good as shit in Amplitude when someone figures out Amplitude customs. And we're really, really close. I remember Carter posted a video where he managed to get Space, which is the POD song that was exclusive to the Space demo for Amplitude. He managed to get that working in Amplitude with like full custom text and everything. And I'm like, oh my god, we are so fucking close to like Amplitude customs. And I even said in that comment, I'm like, dude, I will come back to the community and author you a full 30 fucking extra songs in Amplitude. I will hand cut up the sample banks if you manage to get fucking Amplitude customs working, because Amplitude customs on PS2 would be godly, actually godly. That shit. Here's the thing. That shit hasn't been done before. It's not a matter of, like, that would be awesome. It's a matter of it has never been done before. Interstellar Overdrive, you're right. Vegetable Man or the Nile Song. Also good ideas. But yeah, just in general, like, that would be fucking killer. You know, being able to do Amplitude Customs. Like I said, I had a whole bunch of songs earmarked for Amplitude Customs. I had Heathens by 21 Pilots. I had Toxic by Britney Spears. Like I said, I had that Bee Gees song. Like, I had, like, shit from 40 years worth of pop music earmarked for this would be good as shit in Amplitude. And I'm just waiting for somebody to make an easy software, like, plug-and-play solution to make sample banks in Amplitude. And I will author you Amplitude Customs. That is a promise. Because I fucking love Amplitude, dude. I'm so ready for it. So anyway, until then, I'm just going to author for Guitar Hero 2. Dude, Amplitude. I love Amplitude. Seriously, if there's one thing that you take from this stream, go play Amplitude. Amplitude is fun as fuck. And nobody has played that game. And it's so unfortunate. Because that game, especially Amplitude 2016, if they ported that to PC, if they were like, alright, Harmonix was like, we're going to get rid of our necessity to have this called Amplitude, and we're just going to have it called fucking whatever, and we're going to put it on Steam. And they had this custom support, I believe that there would be a really healthy, we're talking good as shit custom scene for Amplitude 2016 to this day. But instead, Harmonix was like, no, it needs to be called Amplitude. So instead, it came out for a console that had no games and a console that had no players. And we got Amplitude 2016 instead. And as a result, fucking nobody played it. You know? And it's just so unfortunate because Amplitude 2016 was a good engine, and Amplitude 2003 was a fun fucking game. And customs for that would be so killer. And we are so close. We just need somebody to be able to write a tool that can generate sample banks. And that's it. We have a tool that can generate the video files. We have the charts are just in MIDI. So Amplitude Customs are already almost there. Onyxite has managed to both decrypt and encrypt the scripts to be able to put like songs with new names and new text in. We are so close to fucking Amplitude 2003 Customs. I'm just waiting. And whenever someone figures that out, I will give you a whole new set list. Mark my words. Anyway, what song did I pick? Substitution.
I can't remember.
Substitution. This song is great. This is another Power Gig rechart. This is actually the first Power Gig rechart. Of course, I have to play it with... let's do Judy. And I have to play it with the Sheraton because that's what Brian Aubert, that's what he used on this recording, was the Sheraton. And I'm probably going to just pick the Blackout bar because that's what I'm most comfortable with. Man, we are almost going on like 4 hours right now. It says started 2 hours ago on YouTube, but I know full well that this is like 3 hours ago. But worth it. I'm having a great time. How are you, chat? How are you doing? Kibby?
I'm vibing.
She's vibing. Alright. Sorry, I'm just getting myself ready because this chart is funky as well. But this is another Power Gig rechart. I think this chart is fun as fuck.
Savannah also says vibing.
Savannah is vibing. Damn it. There we go, we got a 4X. Can I hit one star power phrase, please? First try.
Coin says, I actually met you from this chart showing up on my YouTube one day, having like a Guitar Hero 2 custom of a song I already fucked with heavy, and then I think Deluxe was coming out at this time too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this was definitely around the time of Deluxe, because I remember the last custom that I finished before Deluxe came out was Dear Kate by Ben Minot, better known as the Oddity Archive. And I actually I emailed Ben and I asked him, hey, do you have the project files, the stems for the song that you did? I'd really like to put it in Guitar Hero. And I'm only guessing that Ben, when he read that email, he went, bet. Like, the dude must have went, this is the silliest fucking thing anyone has ever asked me. And he sent me it was the stems. They were actually multi-tracks. They were in pretty raw form. There was no like of the like effects and stuff on top, but he sent me them, and I was able to recreate the album mix pretty well through GarageBand. So I got that. The reason we are not playing Dear Kate is because I have not got it into, like I said, this is the last custom I did before Deluxe came out. So the audio format is not quite what Deluxe wants. In fact, I'll show you this on the debug build in a moment. After this song is over. But the game will actually crash if I try to play Dear Kate, because it's not what Deluxe is expecting as far as being able to play lead and rhythm in the same single player chart. So I finished that, and the tempo map is fucking garbage and all this other stuff. And the first custom I do after Deluxe comes out is Substitution. And I had also switched over to Moonscraper as far as tempo mapping goes, and it just feels so much more solid to play. So since then, I have used Moonscraper for all of my tempo mapping, because Moonscraper has the waveform view, and it doesn't matter what audio delay you have. If the beat line lines up with the transient in the waveform view, it will be in sync. So as a result, every single custom I've done since probably, I don't know, when did Dear Kate come out? I wrote journal posts on the Scratchpad about it. I don't remember. Would have been early 21, if not late 20. Every custom since then has been in perfect sync, but Dear Kate is the last one I did where I did the tempo mapping in feedback, and you can hear it. You can hear how off the tempo mapping is. So, anyway, so that's the last custom I did before Deluxe was a thing, and Substitution was the first custom I did since Deluxe becoming a thing. So, I totally understand where you're coming from. This really does feel like the first custom I've done where I'm like, oh, we're in the new era, right? Superb Mario, sorry, was out scheduling stuff, no worries. Dude, if I get 4 stars on this, I will be amazed. But we're gonna do it. Fuck. I always want to strum 4 times when I go to alt strum. Anyway, I love Substitution. I love Silversun pickups. The fact that I could author a Silversun pickup song for Guitar Hero 2 is awesome. Even if I am no good at it after 3 beers. Actually, 2 beers and a glass of Bailey's.
Coin says, this is my favorite Silversun pickup song.
It is a great Silversun pickup song. Fuck. I know that there's a couple others that I actually would be able to port. There's No Secrets This Year, and obviously Lazy Eye from Guitar Hero, and then there's Sort of, and Panic Switch from Rock Band 2, which sort of it looks pretty fun, but obviously it was like, oh my god, I could do Substitution, right? Because Substitution is this crazy exclusive Guitar Hero, you know, Power Gig song that no one has ever played, and I really like it. So it was my first time digging into the Power Gig like audio file format and finding that there was no separated bass. Bass is on the band track, the unplayable band track, and I had to like separate it using AI separation, which was great. Thank you very much, First Act. Everyone, show your love for First Act instruments in the fucking chat. Lazy Eye was charted way better in Rock Band 2. It was. But the interesting thing was that Rock Band 2 and the Guitar Hero World Tour chart for Lazy Eye had the same number of notes, despite the Guitar Hero World Tour chart looking a lot emptier. Which is pretty crazy. You know, that's pretty crazy to think about. Anyway. Wow, 4 stars. 4 stars. First try. First try, chat.
First stars.
4 stars. Alright, what can I play? Because we are approaching 3 hours. What else do I want to play that would be unfortunate if I didn't play it? I did all the recharts. I did Dope Nose. I Am Hated is great. This is one of the songs that I really wanted to finish before the chart, or the stream. This is a Slipknot song. And even when sober, I cannot play this on Expert because of this fucking setup. Because it's just constant, like... Which doesn't sound hard, but on this setup when I'm switching between frets, I'm sure even on a CRT I wouldn't be able to do it. So anyway, here it is on... I don't even know if I'll be able to do it on hard. I might have to do it on medium. First tries. First stars. Love you, fucking First Act. Here's Slipknot. Jesus. I don't know why this song reminds me of being in middle school, but it does. I didn't even listen to Slipknot in middle school. I'm gonna play it on medium.
Says first try.
First try. I'm gonna play it on medium. I'm gonna play it on medium. I can definitely do it on medium. By the way, trivia. There's like a 30% chance of trivia showing up when on the loading screen, just like Rock Band. That's another thing that I had recreated for Guitar Hero 2, but it was in Rock Band. So, trivia stuff for songs. Which surprised me when I tried to play, or actually Say Inside Your Station was picked as the random song, maybe in Jukebox mode or something like that, and I'm like, oh, why did it crash? I apparently wrote a trivia fact for it for the demo video and didn't have it on this disc. So, go figure. Anyway, here's another Amplitude special. anchoring is still a challenge for me because I'm so used to like DualShock play and playing with the controller. So anchoring buttons is like a foreign concept to me. I'm getting it though, slowly but surely. First try.
Let's try.
If anything, I want you guys to take from this stream that I have a surprising variety of songs that I chart for this game. I expect it to be just like Marf's indie bullshit, but like honestly, I have stuff that's like pretty intense metal stuff. I have classic rock, modern rock, indie rock, 90s rock. I have what haven't I played yet? Passport, I still haven't played that. That's pretty great. That's fucking Microsoft music. Stay Inside Your Station is one of my oldest customs. I think that one's from 2021. Just out of curiosity, let's try playing it, just to see what happens. I don't think it's too hard to chart, but it is, it might crash. We'll see. Because this chart does predate DX. Yeah, let's do the Sheraton Tobacco Burst. That's great. Shout out to DCB. DCB is the only other person in the chat who appreciates c.layne. c.layne is great. This is a c.layne song. Cameron Paxton personally sent me the stems for the song, and I lost them because I was a teenager and didn't keep backups. But I do have the version that I had authored for Quote Unquote Rock Band and, of course, Guitar Hero, and I was able to rechart based on that. So...
Ryan says, I really like his cover of 33 by Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's an older one. Old by modern standards, because it was like 2016, 2017. But he's got a great voice. It's a very gentle sounding voice. I definitely look forward to next, whenever c.layne does music next. That and State Shirt. I had a State Shirt custom for Up, 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 which was great. I think that chart might not even be too bad by modern standards. I just remember the mix being turbo cheeks. Seriously, this chart hasn't been touched since 2021, so that's why there's no like custom camera cuts or anything. Shout out c.layne. This is vintage Marf right here. This is like I said, 2021. And I remember charting this song way earlier in like 2017. Obviously that chart had to get redone because it wasn't very good. I was a teenager, but I was so happy when c.layne was like, by the way, here you go, here's the stems. I remember also requesting the stems for Ripper, which was another song on this EP. He didn't have those, but he sent me like a really early demo of it, which I, again, no longer have, which is regret. Believe me, I've lost a lot of stuff in hard drive crashes over the years. There's a reason I keep much better backups now. I think the song was called Block on Block originally. Ripper would have been fucking great in Guitar Hero. But sadly, he said he didn't have the project files for it. Ask your favorite musicians, by the way. Ask your favorite musicians for instrument files. They probably have them, and they will give them to you in an email. And go, alright, LaMail, here you go. It's happened multiple times for me. And not happened multiple times for me, too. I remember emailing, you guys remember the Gymquisition? And I say remember because nobody wants to watch that shit in 2024, 2025. But if you remember the Gymquisition, the theme song for that song, Born Depressed, I wanted to chart that for Guitar Hero, but the email that I found, the contact email, didn't exist. And unfortunately, the version that I found of it that got re-uploaded by the girl who sung it, this chart is great. If anything, all I need to do is fix the mix on it and add the camera cuts or whatever. But yeah, shit, coming to MARFGH near you. But when she uploaded it to her Bandcamp, it was like a awful MP3 of it. So even she didn't have the actual audio recording of it. She just had like an MP3, probably ripped from YouTube, and that's what she uploaded to her Bandcamp. So those project files are probably long in the past. It's sad because that song is catchy as shit. Kind of reminds me of "Break Me" by the Irresponsibles, which, you know, if you're old enough, you remember as the theme song to the Spoonie Experiment. Ripper would have been great. MP3's on Bandcamp. Yeah, unfortunately, I've seen a couple people do that. "Break Me" by the Irresponsibles. Unfortunately, it is not the Spoonie version that made it onto Rock Band Network. It's like a re-recorded version, but still. I'm happy to have it at all because that song is catchy as shit. Shout out the Irresponsibles. Anyway, I figure it is probably good to find one last song and play that for the evening because we've gone through a lot of this disc, aside from the full band ports, which are just other people's charts, so you know. Oh, You're a Wolf. We haven't done this one. This is one that I spent fucking 2 hours at 6 in the morning fucking porting over. Well, that's a yes. So anyway, that's going to be the one that we finish up tonight on because I know that it has been long enough. And I appreciate you guys who have stuck around. And I've really enjoyed just playing Guitar Hero for you guys, to be perfectly honest. I hope you enjoyed me playing and me rambling about it. Because I got a lot more in the tank. Lips stained red from a bottle of wine. DCD has it right. Anyway, here's You're a Wolf, also known as Wonderwall. I should probably stop trying to do the anchoring thing because I fucking don't. We're all cool wolves tonight. We are. We absolutely are, chat.
are looking for, you're not gonna find I'm running, I'm a northeast stream. Got to the ocean for a run too low. I'm running, I'm a northeast stream. Got to the ocean for a run too low. Get to the ocean for a run too low. The one that you are looking for, you're not gonna find me. The one that you are looking for, you're not gonna find me. Oh, gypsy woman spoke to me. Said you're a wolf, boy, get out of this town. Oh, gypsy woman spoke to me. Said you're a wolf, boy, get out of this town. You're a wolf, boy, get out of this town. You're a wolf, boy, get out of this town. You're a wolf. You're a wolf. You're a wolf. You're a wolf.
You're a wolf.
Oh,
Awoo. What do you think, Kibby Wibby Woo? That's a good place to call it. Want one more encore? Let me know.
I'm eat. I'm not eat. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna stay up for probably you guys' New Year's.
Yes, I remember that's the thing you like quite a bit. I do want to play Understood by Your Dad one more time because I think that song is just fun as fuck. What is that?
Hmm?
Do you hear that? There's like a rumbling sound coming from outside.
Mm.
I don't like that.
It's the beast.
Yeah, what she said.
DCB says passport.
Yeah, that's what that is. So do you want me to oh, fireworks, possibly. Do you want me to play Passport? I'm going to probably do the bass part just because the guitar part is a little tricky. I could play the guitar part as well, but let's do the red Stingray. And I will do, just because it's funny to me, we'll do the big arena. And then I'll play Understood by Your Dad afterwards. But yeah, Passports Please is passport.mid. That's just the official name of it. Again, no one knows who quite wrote it. That's why I have the bullshit packed into Windows 98 name for it. But it came from a company called Passport Designs, who was using it as a test software for their MIDI stuffs. I'm definitely going to chart more MIDI songs, by the way. Just because I think it's hilarious and very fun. What a bop. This is a bop. Fuck. Passport, my beloved. MIDI songs and Guitar Hero. Dude, I've had earmarked. It's not MIDI technically, but it is computer music. The theme to Monty on the Run from the Commodore 64, that song is fucking awesome, and that song would be very, very fun in Guitar Hero. It's just like basically one long solo. I have a way to split all of the melodies into individual parts. It's just a matter of I've been too scared to capture it, like audio capture, because I feel like they're going to be out of sync. So that's one that I will do eventually. But anyway, like I said, I want to end off with Understood by Your Dad one more time. And we are going to play guitar, but we are going to keep the same guitar because one of my favorite glitches in Guitar Hero 2 Deluxe is that you are able to play bass with the guitar. Or you're able to play guitar with the bass. And I remember JNAC was like, oh, we should fix this. And then I'm like, no, it's too good. So you are able to play bass with the guitar. Or guitar with the bass, whichever one you prefer. Both work. You just got to select the instrument, select your guitar, then back out and select the other part, and don't select another guitar. But yeah, so here we are playing guitar with the bass. This will be my last song for the night. Let's see how well I do, chat. Like I said, I just really enjoy this chart. This chart is a lot of fun. A shout out to the person who authored it. Not as well as I did the last time, but we're still straight jorking it. Just for you, chap.
Straight jorking it, dude.
Straight jorking it. Demonetized immediately. Cops called. Fuck. Whatever. Song's still a bop. Fun chart. I'm happy. This is all I ever wanted in life, to be perfectly honest. being 8 years old and being like, oh, I want to play the custom songs. All the other cool kids get custom songs, and I had to be stuck with the ones on the fucking Guitar Hero 2 desk. Not anymore, motherfuckers. I make the cool songs now. I'm exaggerating. I believe me, I wanted more out of life, but you know, this is quite good.
I was like, now I can pass away peacefully.
Maybe not. Yeah, so that's definitely not my best run, but you know what? As a good run to end the stream off on.
This is what adulthood is for.
This is what adulthood is for, satisfying those childhood urges. This is a chess club type story. It's true. It is very, very true. Oh man, it's raining a lot. That might be what I was hearing as far as the, you know.
Yeah, it's storming over here.
It's a storm. Man, 3.5 hours. That's great. Anyway, so we are still 3 hours or so from our 2025 here on the East Coast. Obviously, Kebby is now in 2025. If you are in Europe, you're in 2025. We are rapidly approaching ours. Baller stream, can't wait to play some of these myself. So, let me talk about what my plans are as far as MARFGH goes. So, my aim is to have all of the art and charts and stuff done by mid-2025. So, like, around my birthday, 2025, for Volume 1. And then shortly thereafter, because here's the thing, most of the hard part is the retexturing the menus and stuff. Once I have that done, it's just a matter of the charts, and then I can just release discs as you know, I have the charts. Volume 0 will get reissued with 10 extra songs, so it will become a full proper track pack. It won't just be the 10 songs that I had before, it'll be 20, and some of those, like for example, Don't Look Back in Anger will be on it, Face to the Floor will be on it, a whole bunch of stuff, you know. And then I'll get working on Volume 2. Volume 0 and 1 are not themed. Volume 2 is going to be all indie songs. So the kind of songs that you play on the bonus set list of Guitar Hero 1 and 2. That's where you'll find that c.layne track, that Ben Minot track. Substitution is on Volume 0, so never mind. I'll have that one Channels track from MARFGH. In fact, let me pull up my set lists and I'll list off some songs that I had earmarked. So Volume 2, Superdrag, Jonathan Coulton, Harvey Danger, The Irresponsibles, Splashdown, which I wish I got it done before the stream, but I just didn't. Splashdown is the Proto-Harmonics band. The members of Splashdown went on to form Anarchy Club and Freeze Pop, and even Melissa Kaplan, who was not in any of the Harmonix bands, her vocals were lended to Frequency and Amplitude. So Splashdown is the Proto-Harmonix band. That Spin Wires track, State Shirt, Freen and Green, a whole bunch of stuff. Volume 3, I wanted to do all covers, so to have it feel like 20 songs of covers, you know, exactly like the Guitar Hero 1 and 2 set list. You know, and obviously with covers I have more range to be able to do big bands like Bad Company, They Might Be Giants, of course, Green Day, Stone Temple Pilots, The Zombies, Heart, Guns N' Roses, White Snake, Pink Floyd. So that'll be fun. And then Volume 4, which is where I wanted to end it off, the series, I didn't know. So that one is still undecided. But yeah, so ideally, once I get the art done, I should be able to have like a MARFGH every like 6 months to a year. But obviously, I'm gonna need to just you know, buckle down and get that done. But thankfully, I am really on a roll on it. I really do enjoy authoring these songs. I really do enjoy working with this game. I feel reinvigorated, honestly. You know, Connor really did get me back into it, so I'm very, very happy about that. Thank you, Connor, and thank you everybody who popped in on the stream, everybody who's been interested ever in any of my charts. You know, I know that this is not the popular game. I know that Clone Hero, Yarg, Fortnite Festival are kind of the ones that gather all the eyeballs. But anybody who's still interested in Guitar Hero 2, thank you. You know, and I certainly would like to do authoring for other games in the future. Amplitude, Rock Band, even other Guitar Hero games. 1, 3, you know, the world is my oyster, and I love rhythm games. And I do see that I have... Oh, is this a ping? Sorry, I just checked Discord real quick. Oh. Oh my god. Sorry, Connor got even fucking more blasted than I did. That's funny. God bless you, Connor. Anyway, so yeah. I'm going to enjoy the rain, and I'm probably going to... I don't know what I'm going to do. Enjoy Remy Zero or something like that. Happy New Year to all of you. I didn't say what I was going to do as far as streams go. I'm going to probably be doing them the last Tuesday of every month. That's my idea for now. So the next stream would be, for example, because Tuesday is still my day off. So the last Tuesday of January is going to be like the 28th, for example. So, and just one a month. Because like I said, or maybe I didn't say, but I'm going to say it right now. I like to pull back, have more of my days off to myself, and also just enjoy the Somnolian streaming, you know. Twitch.tv/Cabbysoft, Twitch.tv/FiveWholeDucks. DCB doesn't stream a whole lot, but Twitch.tv/.comboom with 2 T's. You know, they stream. They have a good-ass time, and I enjoy them, so... I'd like to just enjoy their streams more. I'm sure there'll be a point at which I come back and I start doing weekly streams again, but for now, I'd like to spend more of my Tuesdays just sitting back and enjoying a record than, like, you know, you're spending 2 or 3 hours on stream with video games or whatever. Not that I don't enjoy it, because I do.
We need to do group calls more.
Group calls is another thing that I'd probably replace Tuesday with. You know, instead of me streaming, we do more group calls. That sounds great for me, you know. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Hope you guys have a happy new year. A really nice start to your 2025. I will be around. I will see you guys on the 28th, I suppose. Like I said, I haven't really decided on my schedule. I don't even know what I would be playing, but, you know, I'll come up with something. But I love you guys. Thank you. Anybody who decided to spend even a little bit of their New Year's Eve with me. 2025 is going to be great. I think I figured out a whole lot of shit with me, and, you know, hopefully I have a good feeling about 2025, you know. So, see you guys in the future. I will be back with more Marf content. Say goodbye, Kibby.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Love you, Kibby.
Love you too.
And you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Happy New Year. Good stream.